We're on the ground. Some of the live streamers before they went down were saying there's 5 to 10,000 people there. I would say that is probably growing and has grown to capacity here. Without a doubt, 11 o'clock was the time this rally was set to begin. Now, Antifa has said that a couple of groups in Virginia, Antifa
supporting the Second Amendment and supporting all the Virginians here. Basically, we're tired of the Democrat Party in Virginia trying to, trample our constitutional rights. They've gone after everything related to abortion, and now they're pushing this gun grab, basically. So the people are fed up, and you can see they're out expressing their First Amendment rights to try and push back on what the governor's doing.
Can we switch a little bit here so that I can get your head a little better? You're so tall. All right. So, what district are you running in?
Virginia's 10th congressional district.
Okay, and what inspired you to run?
One of the biggest things about me is I served in the U.S. Army. I've always had this itch for public service, and so it's part of what's driven me to serve my country, and it's what's driving me to run for Congress right now.
What's your name?
Jeff Dove.
And let me ask you, what's your message to the Virginia governor today?
The people aren't going to stand for this trampling of the Constitution and our rights. We will always push back on what appears as tyranny, and we will not let it stand.
And what would be your message to the establishment media today? Because very often people who support the Second Amendment have received I guess you could say, a false narrative of what's actually going on with them. So what's your message to the media?
One thing I'll say to the media is you got people from every background, every walk of life, every ideology. I've seen people from Black Lives Matter to Antifa to Tea Party conservatives. I've seen people from pro-life groups. It doesn't matter, pro-choice, whatever. Everybody is joined in one simple thing. We are against what the governor and what the Democratic Party of Virginia is trying to do by taking our Second Amendment rights away.
And what do you believe are the stakes here today?
The stakes are very high. If this happens in Virginia, you will see this happen all across the country. In states that are run by Democrats, they will feel emboldened to be able to step on Second Amendment rights without any consequences. And we have to be able to push back against them.
And what was the final straw that broke the camel's back and kind of really made you want to just run? What caused that?
The final straw for me was when I saw what the Democrats were proposing, not just in this state with regards to gun rights or what they've been proposing with regards to abortion. Abortion is one of the biggest issues for me, and in this state, not just in this state, but in New York, they've been pushing things of abortion up to the time of birth for any reason. So there's a lot of issues that have hit me at my core that have made me decide to run, and that's why I'm out here doing this.
Great. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And you were just live on Facebook, so right on Facebook. Hey, how you doing, guys? Hey. So bring. Oh.
By the way, so you.
Oh, okay. There you go. This is him. All right. Well, I probably this will get crumpled up in my bag, so you better hold it.
Thank you.
But yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Where are you running at, man?
Virginia's 10th congressional district.
I take it you're pro too.
That goes from basically McLean all the way to West Virginia, Frederick County, Clark County, Prince William.
I6YR posted this. Airline flights.
Hey, miss. You want to talk about what you're doing here today?
Oh, we don't talk to the press.
Okay, no problem. How you doing? What's that? I am. All right, guys, I'm going to be working the crowd a little bit here. I'm trying to get through. Bear with us here. So sometimes we get these little tunnels where people are kind of flying by here and very eager to move from one side to the other. So we're going to try and pass through and find some more people to talk to in an open space. While we're doing that, I'm gonna chew on this biscuit I have in my pocket. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, are you liking the stream so far?
Oh, it's a great stream. Great stream, yeah.
You guys having a good time here?
Absolutely. Came up from South Carolina.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a trip.
It is a trip.
So I'm going to try and talk to that guy at the Yoda sign because that's interesting.
I'd say go talk to him definitely.
You guys have fun.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, guys. Sorry, passing through, passing through. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Hey, man. Can I interview you about your Yoda sign? It's really good.
No, thank you.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll just film it. Thank you. Oh, it's such a good sign, too. All right. Let's move on. Alright guys, if you're watching right now, you are live on Breitbart News. How you doing?
Look at this beautiful woman.
There you go.
That's at the show.
You just boosted the viewership.
There you go.
Anyway, so Breitbart News. Right now, I'm Matthew Purdy. I'm on camera, trying to capture some stuff, trying to get through the crowd right now. A little unsuccessfully. Right now, we're just kind of stuck. Hopefully, you can find a more open areas. We can talk to people a little better and give you guys a better image of what's happening here. Meantime, I'll give you whatever pictures I can.
Is that you? It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Send a message on Facebook, All rifles matter. Alright guys, hang tight. We're caught between a bunch of people right now. I'm sorry I can't give you an image right at this second. I'm trying to get through here. It's very tight. There is a dog.
Dogs can't have arms. Yeah, they can't have.
Okay, so you can look at a dog while I'm standing here and get stuck in the crowd.
No. Because I got to go back to New York.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I did an interview.
Right behind you, lady. Excuse me, I'm sorry, sir. Yeah. Ooh, it is so packed here, ladies and gentlemen. I can barely, I can't really do some interviews, they're so tight. It is really filled up here.
Yeah, I see it. Lord, that's what's jamming there.
This sign's been a big hit today. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, still next time. Oh yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. Ooh, I think I missed that.
They can do it.
All right. All right, we're starting to open up a little more, guys. I'm gonna get you some stuff soon here. Yes, I am. You, so what brings you here today, sir?
There's a bake sale somewhere around the corner.
Nice. Where at? I'm hungry.
Yeah. That's a good website. I look at pretty regular.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, do you think the mainstream media is going to give you guys a fair shake?
No, I really don't. No, luckily I haven't seen any Klansmen yet other than Northam, so it's going to be hard to spin, but they'll do it.
And you know, it's nice. Every single person I talk to doesn't think the mainstream media is going to give them a fair shake.
Yeah, that's right.
Why do you think if that's the case?
I don't think they're for this type of life. They don't relate. They don't want to relate.
Oh, so you're telling me CNN isn't fair?
What's with the easy volleys here?
Yeah. Oh, you want to get something hard?
Let's say this. I thought Democrats were against fences and guns, but at the first sign of it, we got fences and guns of any concern. So it looks like Democrats are absolutely for fences and guns because they got a helicopter hovering here the entire time I've been here. We got double walls of fences that I can't even get through. We've got stringent warnings against any kind of weapons or guns or sticks or even shields or helmets. So I don't see where there's any defense for the individual. All for me and none for thee, I believe is what it's here.
Yeah, I hear that. It's very hypocritical, it seems like.
That's right.
What would be your message to the Virginia governor right now?
Listen, beware, consider, look at the 90% plus areas that clearly voiced opposition to what he's thinking about.
Thank you so much, sir. And thanks for tuning in to Breitbart.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank you much.
Much, sir. And thanks for tuning in to Breitbart.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I'm actually in the county. Right outside.
Guys up on that building out to the gold, Jack.
You saw that what they're doing SK-29, right? So that
Exactly. Yeah, it's insanity. And a lot of times you see them do what we should do. They'll just not talk. They'll be like, "Well, I'm not going to comment on hypotheticals. I'm not going to answer that."
Looks like the Breitbart feed got frozen. A lot of the feeds are getting frozen. We'll see if the Breitbart comes back. Yeah, the mainstream media is now reporting that the crowd inside the pen, the cages that Northam set up, is minimal. What the mainstream media isn't reporting that the streets are full.
Hey, miss, you want to talk about your sign?
I hope everybody's careful out there. Keep your head on swivel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the sign says it all. She's not a real good speaker.
Aw.
Neither am I. But the sign says it all. He'd rather murder babies.
There you go.
And then we're going to allow to protect ourselves.
Babies, not even fetuses in their first trimester, but babies. But yet they're taking our rights away from us.
What did they say? They'll do what to the baby?
Thank you for joining.
Peacefully, like
no, the comfort. He said it'll comfort the baby. It'll comfort the baby while the parents make a decision. What's the decision? To execute or not to execute? Because I would like to ask him that question. As that baby's sitting there and you're comforting it, maybe giving it water, or whatever they're doing to it, cleaning it up, putting a blanket on it, while the parents decide whether to execute that baby. That's all that is. You can't explain that away in any other kind of way, any other kind of fashion. But yet, they want to do that, but then we can't protect ourselves. That's what the sign says.
oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you guys for coming out here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, be safe, all right?
That right part's good.
Thank you.
Right part's on our side.
That's right. Side of the people.
Kevin didn't just decide that.
I'll keep my ugly mug off of the screen for right now, folks. You don't need to see me.
Get the lion out here. Wish I had a jacket like that.
Oh yeah.
I said I wish I had a jacket like that. So who is this guy? I'm with Breitbart News, by the way. We're live.
Trying to grab another feed here.
What's his name?
His name is Samson.
Samson. And what kind of dog is that?
He's a red Tibetan Mastiff.
Wow.
I think Breitbart is running their feed with
Where are
a
you guys based out of?
phone, so
Great. And what brings you out here today?
We're here to support our ability to.
it appears
continue to
feeds
bear
are
arms,
being
protect our
frozen.
homes.
What do you think's at stake today?
That's what I'm hearing. So I'm trying to find something that works.
I think it is important that we show a peaceful way to just be able to continue to uphold the freedoms to protect our families, our homes, as law-abiding citizens to continue to keep our guns.
And what would be your message to the governor if you had a chance to talk with him?
That I think it's important that you don't take the right to protect our freedom and our liberty from the people who are law-abiding citizens, and that those who are going to do harm typically don't get their guns if
Let's see if Owen Schroyer is on yet.
go about it through the avenues that he's taking anyhow.
Do you believe the mainstream media or the establishment media is going to give you guys a fair shake?
I do, for the most part, yeah. As long as we're fair, I think it'll be represented fairly, absolutely.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is such an interesting dog. My gosh.
Take a look here.
Samson, right? Samson the lion.
No.
Does he hunt?
No, he's a couch dog.
Oh, couch dog. Couch dog with a lot of hair on the couch, I would imagine.
He does eat venison that he hunts.
Well, I want to add that.
Oh, nice. He's got good taste. Yeah. I'm quite partial to venison jerky myself. So. All right, Samson. See you later, pal. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you. Double take when you step outside your door first thing in the
So far, very peaceful from what I'm seeing from the feeds. Nothing going on. Just peaceful protesting. Keep praying that it continues this way through the rest of the day. It appears his feed is a little choppy. It's Breitbart. Let's see if we can get him back here.
How you doing? Wonderful. How are you? Good.
Morning, Zippity Doodah, Natalie Joe.
I hesitate to even walk around without hearing, but I'm glad to see you guys are all out here.
I hope not, Natalie Joe.
So what brings you out here today, sir?
Well, I'm not from Virginia, but Virginians' rights are trying to be taken away. The people of Virginia have decided to stand and fight. I came 20 hours to help them, stand with them.
Where you from?
Missouri.
Sure. Nice. And what do you think is at stake today in Virginia and perhaps even America?
Our entire Constitution's at stake. Not just one. It's not just the Second Amendment. We use it to protect all the others. Our First Amendment's already being trampled on. Fourth Amendment, red flag laws, Fourth, Fifth Amendments, right to, you're now.
Let's see if we can get this back up.
I mean, they come in and take your guns before you've committed a crime, or even been suspected of committing a crime, just because somebody doesn't like you.
If you had an opportunity to talk to the Virginia governor directly, what would you tell him?
I don't think you want to hear that.
What about the mainstream media? Because, a lot of people here don't believe that.
Mainstream media? You mean propaganda?
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of people here think that they're not really going to get a fair shake from the media.
We're not.
Why do you think that?
Because it's a fact. I mean, Fox will lean it right, CNN will lean it left.
What's that?
Fox will lean it lights to the right, CNN will lean it to the left. No matter what, every news media outlet is tainted to one side or the other. Real news is unbiased. It's uncut. It's real. It's what real happened, not what you think happened. Not try to put a different turn on it. You can take numbers and the same exact numbers, two different sides. Percent-wise, I say 60% of this does that, and if you can take two different people from two different sides, and they can both use those numbers to show greater, for their cause, and that's what the news media does. They spin it to the right or to the left, and it's not news; it's propaganda.
And for all the people watching right now, we got tens of thousands of people watching our live stream on Breitbart News right now. What do you want to tell them about the crowd here today?
The crowd's been wonderful. Everybody here's been happy to see us, welcomed us. We've been happy to come and stand with them, be here for them, show support. You couldn't ask for bigger numbers. I mean, it's crowded. I mean,
You're welcome. Hey, Sits with Chickens. How you doing? Glad to see you're back around.
Glad to see it. A lot of them carrying arms to stand against what they're trying to take away.
Yeah. And,
I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well.
Virginia governor today.
I mean, I stopped because I agreed with a lot of what this gentleman was saying, that this isn't just about Second Amendment rights today. This is the first step in helping the country realize that multiple rights that we have under the Constitution are under attack. And if I had anything to say to the governor, I'd ask him how he can live with telling regular citizens like us that we have two choices.
Yes, let's have a safe
Constitutional
day.
law and give up a right that we have as Americans and keep our family and careers and everything, or fight for what our country is and what we stand for and lose anything, and how he can live with asking any citizen in the Commonwealth to do that.
Right. And I was asking this of this gentleman here before. What would
You're
be
welcome,
your
RM
message to
Johns.
the
Glad to see you here,
establishment
Scott.
media right now, who a lot of
Welcome
people here
aboard.
don't believe that they're going to get a fair shake from the media.
I mean, it goes back to that everybody has their own opinion on everything. I'm a Virginian. I live in Spotsylvania County. I was at the Spotsylvania Board of Directors, Board of Supervisors meeting. I was also in the Stafford Board of Supervisors meeting. And while there are a vast amount of us who are in support of what's going on here, there were those who have other opinions. And at the end of the day, that's fine. Everybody has their own opinions, and that's
Oh, sorry about the Breitbart feed. It is coming in really rough, and we might swap these two out if Breitbart can't get its act together here on YouTube. I'm sure YouTube is throttling them. We'll switch the audio feed out for the other one. This is Tim Truth on the other one.
Right. It's all rigged. It's all rigged, and it's disgusting, and people don't notice it. People are like, they have the right so afraid of the Democrats because they're awful. I totally agree, they're awful, but it allows them to commit atrocities, like you just said, because people are so afraid by the Democrats that they'll line up and rally for.
Yeah, they're jamming, definitely jamming. So.
Yeah, and I've been watching the.
That's because the mainstream media has started covering the rally, and they only want you to see what the mainstream media wants you to see. Yeah, it looks like Breitbart is having a difficult time. UK Neil said that Alex Jones was streaming. I can't find him anywhere. So if anybody knows where Alex Jones is, put it out in the chat. I'll try to locate that.
Coming from Georgia.
Oh, okay, that's a good trip.
Yep.
What was that, about an 8-hour drive?
Yes, sir.
Great. And what would be your message to the Virginia governor?
Don't do it, man. Once you erode that right, you're going down the steep path of not
Looks like we got Breitbart back.
You're going to erode a lot of freedoms.
That's true. All right, well, thank you, man.
Yep.
Have fun out here.
You too.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can't find Alex Jones out there.
Sorry, guys. I had to suck my face a little bit.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
All right. It's true.
They already got an article on him.
Good luck with your election, sweetie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Owen Schroyer here for Infowars.com, bright and early on Monday morning in Richmond, Virginia, and I wanted to do this live stream now before we got to the scene, because I have a feeling once we get to the scene, there's going to be so much traffic, so much internet traffic, so much web traffic, the bandwidth is going to get sucked dry. And just from my experience at these events, whenever there's big events like this, there's always other nefarious technological obstructions being run. So I wanted to put all this information out there before we got there. So
24 hours, everyone is talking about them.
Hey, how you doing? Bright
Doing all right.
News.
How you doing?
Good. Can I interview you for a bit?
Absolutely.
So I saw the New York side of your sign there.
Yeah.
New York stands with Virginia.
I'm going to
Does that
switch
seem
it.
trouble here
It's
from New York?
Breitbart News.
What
I
part?
think I have on the mic right now.
All right, that's a good.
since we chickens.
So, what brought you all the way out here?
I'm not sure who the gentleman is doing the interviews, but he's from Breitbart.
Is under assault. If we were talking about freedom of the press being restricted, I'd be down here. We're talking about guns, and it's very important to join the fight.
Sound should be a little bit higher.
Rights are being restricted legislatively as we speak. Are being done, and it's important to stand with the people of Virginia to defend that.
Okay, Natalie Joe, we'll see you back in a little bit.
What do you think is at stake if the Second Amendment is more compromised here in Virginia?
All right, I'm going to check on that Alex Jones.
The Second Amendment
Whoa. I don't know what they just did to
protects
Breitbart,
all
but
of the rights that we have.
Wow.
It's the enforcement arm of everything that we have, and
we support your right
in a way that is
to
not,
have.
conducive to that. Then the blueprint will be brought to other states.
okay, I don't see
that's not
I
a
don't
good
see
trend for
anything
America.
live on band.video, just David Knight right now.
Media is going to give you guys a fair shake.
It'll be interesting to see. I don't think so. I don't think
All I
so,
see is
but
David Knight on
it'll be interesting to see. I don't have
band.video
an
right
opinion
now,
on it.
so
I'm hoping
if
that
it
they
breaks
will,
in,
because
I will put that up
this
on the
rally
screen
has been
for
so
you.
peaceful. There's been no conflict whatsoever. The
see if I can
reported
get it
white
up on here.
supremacists and Antifa and agitators have not shown up, have not made themselves known if they are here, and so I'm happy to see that it's been as peaceful as it has been.
And do you have a lot of people
See
that
if
you
we
know
can
in New
split the
York
screen.
who perhaps don't agree with your stance on protecting the Second Amendment?
In New
York? Yeah. I mean, you're in Albany. You're up there. So.
In New York State, there's tons of people that are against the Second Amendment. It's a big problem that we have. We have about 9 million people in New York City that are against it. So it's a frustrating trend for people up in upstate New York who are actually fighting for Second Amendment rights.
Well, someone else sees it the way I do.
Right?
The news is admittedly
It's absolutely true.
by ABC News anchor Amy Robach.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm trying to straighten out the video here so you can see it.
Gun control affects minorities more than anybody. All it is going to be used is going to be used to suppress voters. It's going to turn over 1 million Virginians into potential felons, take away their voting rights until you appeal for it to come down.
True. All right. Thank you very much. So yeah, I mean, do you get any flack from people that you know in New York personally, or on your Second Amendment stance?
Yes, absolutely. I happen to have a pretty good crew of people around me that know me and love me and understand the gravity of the struggle that we're in. But I live in a very hostile
I'll keep
state.
the Infowars feed going.
So there are many people who disagree with me. It almost feels like I'm in occupied territory. It's that bad in New York State.
Wow. Yeah, I'm originally
Okay.
from Long Island, so I get it.
You understand my pain.
We're going to keep the Infowars feed going.
So, more New Yorkers, all right.
Also Long Island.
Oh, what part?
Valley Stream.
Nice. So, just another question. What would be your message to the governor?
Of Virginia?
Yeah.
Listen to your people. Look out your window. The people are in the streets. The people are here to exercise their rights. The people will remember this.
I have not seen any
the next election cycle.
displays of violence at all, so if anybody sees anything,
pay attention.
Say it.
Pay
Let
attention,
me know.
Governor Northam. That's what my message would be.
And to people at home,
I'm going to keep running this. I'll be right back.
What would you tell them about the crowd here today?
The crowd is overwhelmingly peaceful. Just assembling, milling around, letting their voice be heard. It's completely safe. There's been no white supremacists, as was reported, that would show up here. No racial strife has been seen by me here. So for people at home, my question to them would be, why aren't you here? It's time to get involved. The time is now. And you shouldn't be home. You should be here with us. And most importantly, when it's time to vote, you should be in the voting booth, making your voice be heard.
All right, thank you. What was your name?
My name is Eric Leitonen.
Well, thank you very much, Eric. Appreciate it.
My
brother.
pleasure.
You take care.
You take care.
Take care, brother. All right, guys, this is Matthew Purdy with Breitbart News. I am out in the field at the anti-gun control protest lobby. There's a lot of great patriotic Second Amendment supporters out here.
Virginia voters, if you want to retire Mark Warner's ass, I need your signature.
Section 3 is here, down here.
Virginia voters, if you want to retire Mark Warner, I need signatures.
Can't talk to a reporter.
What brings you out here today, sir?
History.
History.
The right to carry guns.
Thank you.
So you went in and out. You were wondering where you're going to pop out. How was it? I get in it with Rory and we saw like one little group of like marching their little banner.
You with or wearing the hat?
What's that?
So are you with or wearing the hat?
I am definitely with.
Breitbart, what's up, man?
How you doing,
Hey,
brother?
doing good. Watch your shit every day.
Oh yeah, thank you. We're live right now.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Guns save lives.
Hey, what do you think about? What's your message to the Virginia governor?
You're a tyrant. You're not going to take these away, whether confiscation or not, or red flag laws. Everything you're doing is unconstitutional. I mean, literally, just read the fine print. You're not doing anything per the Constitution. You have thousands of people out here to support in support of these weapons because they know they save lives. Over less than 400 people die a year to something like this, and not even justified half the time. More people die per year by freaking fists than rifles or assault rifles.
Yeah. And what would be? Do you think the mainstream media is going to give you guys a fair shake?
Where are they?
We don't see them.
Where's CNN? Where's MSNBC? Where are they? They're not here. Like, all I see is Breitbart. I saw InfoWars. I saw Blaze TV. I saw a bunch of independent news sources out here. But where, seriously, where is the mainstream media? They're not going to give us a fair shake at all. They're not out here interviewing like you are. You see what I'm saying? MSNBC and CNN are going to come out here and talk to us because they know they're going to get information out to the viewers that they don't want to see, that they don't want to publish, in a sense. So that's my take on that and the governor and his.
It's sad. It really is sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really bad. And then you have the governor over here, freaking. I know the whole blackface thing is funny to a lot of people, but he's. I mean, in my eyes, that's a real racist. You know what I mean? And then they paint us as like white supremacists. People coming out here. Like, I told my buddy over here, I was like, I wanted to bring a flag and says I'm not a white supremacist. Don't put me as that. And then you have the governor with literally standing next to a KKK member in a sense at his high school party or whatever. And it's just hypocritical. Ever since Trump got in office, you just see a lot of the hypocrites coming out. And then you see like the Canadian, what is it, president, prime minister, whatever they're called. He had the blackface thing, but he's this woke individual. They all come out, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. So that's basically my take on this stuff.
Where'd you travel from?
I'm actually Northern Virginia near DC.
All right, great.
About an hour and a half drive. Nice meeting you, man. Hey, Breitbart's awesome.
Thank you very much. Take care, brother.
Hey, stay warm, bro.
We'll try.
How you doing? We got to have a lot.
Go back down and hit that alley.
It'll be worse. It'll be worse. They'll
convinced themselves they won it on the anti-gun podium, which just because they win, as they did in Virginia, it wasn't anti-gun. I mean, that's to say that everything they believe in.
Nothing so far, right?
Join Alex Jones Monday, January 20th at the Second Amendment rally in Richmond, Virginia. Let's make history and stop the globalist attack against our God-given rights. See you there or watch live at bomb.video.
Mostly what almost actually like we gotta be real about that.
It looks like Breitbart is getting shut down. Or really throttled hard.
The NRA stand, and I spoke with a gentleman.
Let's see if we can't fix this up a little bit.
Ultimate fish oil, so good for your body, so good for your dreams, so good for your energy. It's a base for everything.
I remember his name. I was most impressed of his position. Dan,
to help the prostate and help the race and help you be healthy, and help you not get cancer. You can actually say that about saw palmetto.
Okay.
No. I will make something real clear. My Savior was a Jew. He gave me a promise of salvation. If he was a Jew and gave me the Jew child that promise, who am I to judge any man for his race, his creed, color? That's not for me to judge. And he is no different. There is no difference in any other race. We are all the same citizens in Virginia fighting the same cause. No, ma'am. I'm good. My name?
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania, the only people that gun
J-I-M.
is the state.
You never know what we look
The mayor in Pittsburgh.
Who are you folks with?
The Guardian.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Sorry.
Looks like Breitbart finally came back. I have not seen Antifa in any of the video feeds so far. I'm still looking around for another one. But I want to keep Alex Jones going there too. And that one's being
Let's see.
throttled
What's on the
now.
Breitbart? I mean, they have an area where you can kind of send your inquiries on the website.
I've heard that once the mainstream media
Yeah, that would do that.
showed up,
Thank you, sir.
that the
I'm
feeds
not sure
started
exactly
getting
what to say,
throttled
'cause I haven't
for everyone. So, except for
yeah, that would be all set.
Rupley and a few others, but it looks like Rupley's down now. Okay, let's get InfoWars back up there and see if Alex Jones comes up live. I'm surprised Owen Schroyer and Alex Jones aren't on more than they are now, but it's possible that they can't get a feed out. Keep praying that everything stays as is.
But that's great. I love her.
NBC is calling it a white supremacist rally, according to Happy RN, which is bullshit. We just saw a video of an African American at the rally who said that he's from Georgia, and all of his life he never saw a neo-Nazi or a white supremacist walking the streets. But let them keep running that false narrative. That's fine. This is Winning TV's channel. Phil D'Angelo, Doc Martin. We have 3 shows now. Tuesday and Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern is the Red Wave Show. That's about campaigns only. Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern is Promises Kept. All about Trump's promises that he kept and everything winning he's doing for the country. And then after that is 2 hours of the Speakeasy Show, which could be about anything, but you may want to hide the children during that show. You can follow us on DLive. We still need about 90 more follows on DLive to become an affiliate. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope. You can email us at winning_TV@protonmail.com with your hate mail. Especially for me, because I pick on Doc Martin.
Amendment rights.
Absolutely right, Happy RN. White supremacy is less than 1%. So there are not Nazis around every corner, according to claims from the Democrat Party and the mainstream media. Yes, enemy of the people. Mainstream media is the enemy of the people. Looks like Breitbart got their feedback.
Trust me when I say that. It's about much worse. Trust me on that. Thank you.
Hey, Black Guns Matter, how's it going?
All right.
Breitbart News here. Breitbart News, we're live right now.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
Awesome. Good, pretty good. How about yourself?
All right. You want to tell us why you're out here?
I'm out here because, obviously I'm wearing a shirt, but all guns matter,
That's a white supremacist right there, folks. That's a white supremacist.
The possibilities of some pretty unreal things to happen. I live in the Richmond area. Things are changing rapidly.
That black American is apparently a white supremacist, according to the mainstream media.
And they're not always the best mechanism for progress in this country. And unfortunately, they're asking more and more and more, and they're taking more and more and more, and I don't see them giving more and more and more. We live in a community in a country in which citizens are asked to do so much, but yet we're being underserved almost every step of the way. So that's why I'm here. I'm here because I've given enough in my life. That's pretty much where it comes down to. I'm giving enough in my life.
Do you believe the establishment media is going to give you guys a fair shake?
Absolutely. The establishment media they're not in the job of giving anybody a fair shake, other than anybody that's putting things in their pocket. It's tit for tat. It's a tit for tat hierarchy that we live in. Most of the people that control that situation, they have peace and safety. They live in comfort. They don't have to worry about the things that you or I or some man in Tappahannock or some man in Amelia have to worry about on an everyday basis. So they don't care. They don't care anything more about myself than I really care about maybe a beetle or something like that on the street, because we're not seen that way. So no, I don't think the establishment media is going to give the same right. And if they do,
thank you for following. Appreciate that.
Of course not. If it fits their narrative, of course.
Who do you think is going to suffer the most from the Virginia governor's gun control proposals?
If they make us criminals, every poor man's going to suffer the most. The simple fact is, the more laws you make, the more opportunities you get to make people out of criminals. And I don't know many people that have the resources and utilities to go against the state on a daily basis.
Right now we have
an adversarial system.
Breitbart on InfoWars.
They have the police that enforce those laws in that
and
system. And
Periscope. Tim Truth has 4 feeds at the bottom right.
And I don't have the money to go back and get a pistol, which I should have never been taken from me in the first place. I don't have the time to take off to go to the courthouse and to pay a fine or anything that's levied against me to get something that was mine in the first place. Those are the people that are going to suffer. It's going to be the poor people. It's going to be the people that live elsewhere. It's going to be all of the others. Those are the people that are going to suffer. And that's why I'm here, speaking on behalf of Black Guns Matter. It's not just for black people. It's for all of the others. It's for all of the others that matters. This is where it starts. It doesn't end here. It's never ended here. This is where it starts. They come for one of us. Sooner or later, they're going to come for us all. And we need to recognize that. That's
true.
how it is.
Now, let me ask you this. I just heard a reporter asking an individual here why or just observing that the crowd was mostly white. Why would, in your experience, you think some reporters here might be asking things like that?
Because they're lazy. That's basically what it comes down to. It's just laziness and ease. It makes it easier for him to do this job than to answer a question. They can't ask yes or no questions. That's one of the first rules of interviewing is not to ask yes or no questions.
Thank you for the follow,
So they
Sits
go
with
for another
Chickens.
lazy route. Why are most people here white? Well, guess what? Most of the people in the country are white. That's the default setting, man. That's just how it is. That's why I'm here fighting for this. But everybody in the country isn't rich. Everybody in the country doesn't have the ability or the wherewithal to impress their ideals on the other people's, and that's not all right. That's where we need to draw the line. Pretty soon, it's some right now, but pretty soon it'll be all.
And let me ask you this. The Democrat Party likes to say that they're for the poor class, that they're for poor people. And from what you're saying, gun control will end up hurting the poor a lot.
Of course.
In restrictions like that. Why don't Democrats support having more freedoms for guns? For the Second Amendment.
The Democratic Party, the political platform in a whole, they need blacks, minorities, women, gays for one and one reason only. That's to win national elections. The rest of the time, they're forgotten people. They need them to win elections.
I'm going to face you this way, just so we can hear you, because that's getting too loud. Okay, you're saying?
As I was saying, the political mechanisms mostly need blacks, women, gays, all the disenfranchised people, the others that can vote for national elections. We don't control, the others don't have a large enough political establishment to correctly affect change on a national level. So we have to do it at a local level. And fortunately for the Democrats, they have control at a local level. It's a cat dog state. You either vote Democrat or Republican. There's no one else to vote for, and they have seen
Thank you very much.
fit so that there's always a cat or a dog in control.
Thank you for
That's
lemons.
the end game of it. They have enough agreement on that. They see things differently, but they have enough agreement on that it's a cat and dog state. Either we're going to win it or you're going to win it. But one thing we're going to make sure is that no one else is going to win it. So that's the system. That's what we live. That's what we exist in.
And what's at stake today? Why do you think so many people have come out here?
I think a lot of people come out here because, enough's enough. A lot of people are here because they have the ability to be here. They have the rights to be here, and it's overreaching situation. It's not a situation that was asked for. It's not the common sense gun control that was talked about. It's the criminalization of people. It's the delegitimization of people, and those things are things that lead to oppression. It's easy to look around the situation and say, well, there's going to be a lot of white nationalists. There's going to be a lot of black nationalists. There's going to be a lot of this, that. All that does is create others. And when you dehumanize other people, that's the first step in controlling other people, is dehumanizing them. We're all people. Everyone out here is a person. I assume that everyone out here is innocent until proven guilty. I have to assume everyone else out here is a free man. So we're all people. That's it.
So if you have an opportunity to talk to the governor, what would you say to him?
I'd like to ask him how 20 years ago that he didn't know blackface was not okay. That's what I would ask him. I knew it wasn't okay 20 years ago. That's the thing I still can't get over. How did he not know it was okay? That's all I need to know.
What's your name?
My name is Mike.
Mike. All right. Well, thank you, Mike.
All right, thank you.
Take care, brother.
All right, you take it easy, man.
All right, you too. That was live on Breitbart, Facebook, and whatnot.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Oh, thank you. All right, guys, this is Matt Purdy from Breitbart News. We are here at the Second Amendment rally protesting the Virginia governor. So if you, all right, let's see here.
You're with Breitbart?
I am with Breitbart.
You know, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Neither did Breitbart.
Oh man.
Right?
Well, I can't answer that one. I don't know. I wasn't there. So. All right.
He did it. He did it.
Look at it. No, the height.
Make sure you follow Doc Martin and myself on D-Live. We need about 80 more people, a little over 80 to get to 200, our goal, so that we can become an affiliate on D-Live. Even if you don't like D-Live right now, Periscope will eventually boot all of these Patriot channels. You will have to find somewhere to go, so set up your D-Live account, follow us.
Stay on the line. And find a good spot here so I can stop for a sec. Yeah, guys, so I'm going to be switching a battery. You're going to see a black screen for about 10 seconds or so. That's just me switching a battery. So stay tuned, guys. Not going anywhere. Hang tight.
I think we got, is this Alex Jones live right now? Let me see if we can't bring him up.
And putting up fences trying to block people. So this is really epic, and it just basically got started. And more people are pouring in, thousands and thousands can't get in. We're going to be here today live covering the aftermath of the parade. The left doesn't start anything, but I haven't seen any Antifa. We've been all over this thing trying to find protesters, trying to find anti-gunners, and they just really don't exist. We're told Antifa's gone undercover, though, and may provocateurs something. They've also put out a hit list on InfoWars reporters and others, journalists, calling us Nazis. So once we're Nazis, we've been dehumanized to be attacked. These are the true fascists, truly dangerous, evil people. InfoWars is reporting live all day at band.video and Infowars.com/show. So help us spread the links so that patriot gun owners can't be framed by Governor Northam. People can learn what we're really saying and what the people are really doing. So stay with us.
From Detroit
okay, he went live.
to Houston
and
New York to LA. Well, it's pride in every American.
What is he on? Is he on Periscope live? I do have banned video up right now, but if he's on Periscope live, what is he going by? I can't locate him on Periscope. So if you know what he's on, Periscope, please let me know. But banned video is the one I was referred to by UK Neil, I believe.
Set up a false flag? Or is he just doing what Democrats always do? That is, call everybody that disagrees with him racist, racist, racist. Well, you know, this is the guy who is famous for blackface.
All right, let's go back to Breitbart and see if he's... Yeah, Band TV, that's what I've got up there on the bottom left. Right now they have David Knight on. I'll try to check Rex Jones. I thought that might have been him, but I wasn't 100% sure. I know he's banned on a lot of channels, so let's see if it's Rex Jones.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's not it. No, that's not Alex Jones, but let me see if he's got something live here.
People need outlets. That's something we fail in our country. That's why the Second Amendment, First Amendment. If you don't give people outlets to express themselves, they go just everything else begins to decline. I think whatever your belief system is, you know, I think that being able to gather together like this is just so healthy for the mind.
Nothing live from Rex Jones right now.
We're going to build the wall. Don't do it.
Banned video on Periscope. Okay, I'll try to find that.
Yeah, right.
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Don't
How far of a drive is that?
It's about 2 hours.
2 hours? How important was it for you to be out here today?
Very.
Okay, I found him.
For a message to President Trump, the American people.
Oof, it's being throttled really bad.
Important, extremely important.
Why is that?
Well, this means a lot to me and everybody else out here.
Our operation to our partners, the communist Chinese, have bought control.
Okay, he's just doing his thing. It's being throttled hard on Periscope, though, so I'll go back to Breitbart.
For the country to come support your cause. What's that like?
Oh, it's been incredible. The support is.
It's the same video that's on banned.com, so the one on Banned is running better, so I'll keep that one up.
Your arm, what did you bring with you?
AR-15.
You made sure you try to get lots of comments, right?
The feed from banned.video is much better than the one on Periscope, of course.
Yeah, how long? All right, I hear. Did you grow up around arms, or did your family teach you that kind of? How long have you been teaching? And talk to him, not to me.
We're going to build the wall.
Thank you for the follow, my chapstick.
So you have a lot of patriots out here who are filming interviews of the media with their phones because they don't think they're going to get a fair shake from some of these networks.
One last question. You're one of the few women that we've seen out here. Do you think other women should be, learning to use arms and and again, Victor, it is a good question because walking around here is it's behind you right here. It's all men. You're one of the few women we found out here. Do you think more women should be out here?
Grizzly Dog 74, thank you for the follow.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, again, I'm Scott, and I know from your morning American World. I wonder if I could get your phone number so we could call you about maybe doing a bigger piece about you, because you said some really important things about women, arming themselves, taking classes, and doing it the right way. I want to get some beauty shots. I'm right here.
My name is T-L-L-E.
And your last name?
T-H.
Thank you, Rusty. I'm trying to get you as many shots as possible. So far, I don't see anything popping off or anything going on, but Keep praying, folks, that everything stays this way.
This is Breitbart Facebook right now. This is Breitbart.
Oh, Breitbart. Oh, so you're not fake news. All right,
No.
well, that's good.
No, I don't know about that
You're
one,
not
but-
fake news.
I see an ABC.
Oh, we got
CNN here. That's real fake news.
we've got Alex Jones up again. Let me go to Alex Jones.
Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And if they ever really try to take the guns, 1776 will commence again. And I said that to Piers Morgan back in 2013. Here we are, all these years later, and it's more important now than it ever was. America started when the Redcoats came to take the guns. And we don't want to have a new revolution over them trying to take the guns. But it won't be like the other civil war we had in this country. It will be over the right of self-defense and the right of the First Amendment and free speech and the right to not be governed by globalists. And Americans will come together and will defeat the deep state if there is a civil war. But we don't want to have that civil war. We want Americans to wake up to what's happening. There's the news chopper, or is that the police chopper up there? And again, we'll see how the mainstream media tries to frame all of this. But there's another big issue to how this civil war is unfolding and how the globalist deep state thinks they're going to break up America. I'm not against people that live in other parts of the world. We have the most open society on the planet. But the same 800 cities, over 800 cities, bring people in with no background check, no nothing, give them driver's license and let them vote, and then make them clients of the Democrats for the welfare and tell them you will vote and you will do all of this or we'll basically kick you out. They're a new permanent underclass or a new form of slavery. So I'm not against those poor people, but they're being used as a weapon and being brought in to displace Americans of every race, color, and creed to create the giant sucking sound that was talked about by Ross Perot. And if you think wages have gone down before, they'll go down even faster. So that's the globalist plan. No borders, no wall, no USA at all. The globalists don't even want the country to exist. And the Democrats work for...
Wow, look at the firearm on that girl. Woo! She's carrying her assault rifle.
Republicans now. We've had a libertarian, nationalist, populist takeover of the Republican Party partially. So instead of having one party where the Democrats and Republicans the last 50 years really work together behind the scenes, we now actually have a president who's trying to be the president and trying to look at each policy as how it's going to be for the people, not what special interest group it is. And that's why the whole power structure's pissed off and been trying to remove Trump. But 3+ years in, and this Senate trial is going to fail. And he now is really becoming the president despite all their obstructionist garbage. And that's why they're so scared and now just want to trigger some type of civil war or civil insurrection because they know America is awakening and they know Americans are getting to win and they know Americans are coming together, and that scares the hell out of the New World Order. And that's why I salute everybody that's here. You are amazing.
It looks like Alex just got... Oh.
That's what it comes down to.
All right, and that's Alex Jones in Richmond, Virginia, at the impromptu FEMA camp that was set up by the black-faced totalitarian, Governor Coonman. And I call him a totalitarian. We need to start calling these people. Somebody is a totalitarian if they want no restrictions whatsoever on central power, and if they believe that that all-powerful,
let's go to this young lady
omnipotent
on Breitbart.
central government should control every detail of our lives. That
Let me ask you, who do you think is going to suffer the most from gun control legislation being passed?
And my partner and co-host just joined Periscope, Doc Martin.
Responsible gun owners
Morning, Doc
go through
Martin.
the process and take the steps. You start taking our guns away, the bad guys are still going to have the guns. You know, this makes me feel safe at night. So.
And speaking of which, why don't you talk a little bit about how you think gun control laws would affect women?
Oh, absolutely. I carry with me every day. I don't feel safe without a firearm with me. I think one of the more common things you'll find in any of these abduction cases, the women didn't have a firearm with them. You know, it could be a totally different story if you were just a responsible gun owner and knew how to use your firearm and did carry.
And do you know of anyone who has been able to use a firearm to defend themselves in any sort of situation?
Yeah, actually, absolutely. Actually, growing up, I had a family friend that was in kind of a similar scenario and was able to ward off a home invader. So.
And what would you say to people that are who believe that confiscating guns and passing more
If Doc
gun
Martin's
control
the queen bee,
save lives?
Phil is the king bee.
It's just absurd. That's just absurd. Like I said,
Hail to the king,
responsible
baby.
gun owners, if you take our guns away, the bad guys are still going to have the guns. They're going to find a way to get guns. They have, and they will continue to, and it's not going to do any good.
Okay, and what was your name?
Michelle Thomas.
And Michelle Thomas. Is that how's it spelled?
MICHELLETHOMAS.
And you're out of Virginia, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, take care. Be safe.
You too.
Oh, here comes the throttling. We're getting throttled. Oh, it's not me, so. Okay, let's Prince. No. Hail to the king, baby. Okay, so it's being throttled, obviously. So let's see if we can't. I don't know what I can do on my end, but let's see if we can't. Oh, there we go. We're back. Got it back. It's not me. It's I think they're throttling that internet hard right now. I heard once the mainstream media showed up that all of the internet went to hell. Warms up for them. It's 5 degrees here, and I'm freezing my tuchus off. Keep spreading the word about Winning TV on DLive. We'd like to get to 200 before our 1 year anniversary. Our 1 year anniversary is coming up within the next 3 weeks, folks. So spread it around. Share the link on DLive. Help us get to 200 affiliate status. That would be a great present for our 1 year anniversary. 1 year of streaming Winning TV. Doc Martin and I, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you watching.
I should have got a copy of that. That was damn good.
I'm gonna try and look, Doc. It's not just it's everybody's being throttled out in Virginia right now. It started happening once the mainstream media showed up. So. Oh, we got Alex Jones back, so I'm gonna mute Breitbart and get Alex Jones back up.
Of staging events. The sky's the limit. Anything's possible. And so we're going to be in Virginia starting tonight.
Oh, that's old video, so we'll keep going with Breitbart.
That we
Nope, so it's food.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yep, thank you.
Dragging it forward too, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Got some good folk here warning me about my phone falling out of my bag. I'm trying to keep it charged so I can stay in touch with the rest of the Breitbart team.
I'm looking at WLCTV.ca to see if they have a feed, but it's not connecting right now. So
All right,
if
guys,
it connects,
I'm going to continue walking around here, exploring. Excuse me.
I may go to it.
Excuse me.
Hand tied here, but sorry about that.
To share on D Live, on the top right corner of the screen, there's a little arrow, a curved arrow, and that's how you can share. You can copy the link and share it. Yeah, Doc, I'm trying to get their stream up, but it's not working for some reason. I don't see them live right now, so I'll try to go back to that in a little while, Doc. We'll see if it comes up. Nope, here we go again. Now I'm sure the Northeast servers are jammed right now. So we'll have to be a little patient here.
To the security of a free state. Of a free state. The right of the people. The right of the people. To keep and bear arms. To keep and bear arms. Shall not be infringed. 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 No confiscation. No confiscation. No registration. No registration. No confiscation. No confiscation. No registration. No registration. God bless America. God bless America. Be safe out there, everybody. Thank you for your peacefulness and your attention to each other and taking care of each other on behalf of the Patriot Picket. It's an honor to stand with you. We want to tell you, be safe out there. Take care of each other. Do not let up on these legislators. Phone calls count. Emails are great, but they can hit the delete button. But when you call in, there's somebody's got to put a check mark on a box somewhere. Make your phone calls. Make your visits. Keep the pressure up. This stops here in Virginia and stops now. God bless Virginia and God bless America. Hell yeah!
I spent 4 years down there. It's the best time of my life. I'll see you again.
Starting to hear some stuff going on down there. Let's check it out.
If anybody's heard of any issues, throw it up in the chat. So far, I've heard of nothing. Just one small incident which the Patriots squashed down and told the guy to get his act in control, otherwise he's out. So, no, I didn't, Doc. Sorry, I was looking for different feeds and trying to keep my body warm here next to the heater while you guys are watching. So, what was your remark about our anniversary? It's coming up in a few short weeks here, Doc.
Samson. Samson, come here, buddy.
Oh, Samson.
How are you? We found Samson again.
He's got an ARFCOM patch.
You guys get a permit to own a lion? Or? Not much of a hunter. He's a couch
He
dog.
doesn't know what he is.
He's quite a celebrity here at the Second Amendment rally.
Aw, look at that face. You're adorable. I love you. Hi. You smell the dog on you, Darlene.
All right, that's enough dogs. Sorry. I'm quite partial to dogs, guys. They're the best. You gotta get some dog content every so often to boost the ratings.
I mean,
Doc Martin, I didn't see your comment about the anniversary. We're coming up on 1 year very quickly here.
somebody stepped on this sticker that's on my foot.
16 hours.
Yes, I have put up with an old ball and chain for almost a year now. You're right. If you want to send your trophies, email me at winning_TV@ProtonMail, and I'll give you a P.O. box to send the trophy for Phil for putting up with Doc Martin for a year.
Sorry.
I hear a lot of horns blowing off there. I hope he starts heading down to find out what that is.
Hey, thanks for coming out today. Thank you. Thanks for coming out, Brentford.
Hey, anytime. You guys having a good time out here? You getting, how is the crowd?
Oh, the crowds are great. They're very, very polite crew.
It's good to hear. And if you had a chance to talk with the Virginia governor, what would you tell him?
Back off these crazy, unconstitutional lies would be a good start.
Thank you. That's a great sign, too.
Thank you.
And what would you tell the Virginia governor if you had the opportunity?
Take notice of what's taking place here today.
Do you think he will?
I hope so.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys have a good time out here, all right?
Take care.
Thank you. We'll do. Thank you.
If you want to jump on, Doc, let me know. I'm not going to be on camera. Neither one of us be on camera, but if you want to jump on, Doc, let me know. You're more than welcome to.
War, well, they got to start doing all these
This may be nothing but Breitbart having to refresh their stream, and while they're doing that, I'm keeping an eye on banned video. I'm keeping an eye on banned video for live feeds coming from Alex Jones. So far, nothing. Could be that he's in the epicenter of the rally, and that's where most of the throttling is occurring. getting stuff out for supper. It's 12:28 Eastern time, so that means it's 11:30 Eastern time. It takes Doc Martin about 4 to 5 hours to make supper. Not sure why Breitbart just stopped, but we'll see. Maybe they had to refresh their stream.
We still got to keep it clean.
There we
So
go.
we're out here trying to make sure that after everyone's done, we let the place like we found it. And we're just trying to make sure that, you know, Richmond's still a great city.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
Have fun.
You have a plan of action for dinner, Doc, but you don't have your Christmas stuff put away yet, do you?
I'm sorry.
Thank you all for joining. 1 year anniversary coming up in about 3 weeks, so spread the link for DLive. Help us to get to 200. We need 83 more.
That's a good name.
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know. I heard that they were going to bring some buses here. I didn't see them though. Did you?
Yeah, we are Antigua.
Oh, you're in Antigua,
Don't we
huh?
look like them?
I don't know.
Yeah, we are.
You're in Antigua, okay.
Yeah, we just got fake costumes.
So, what brought you out here today, miss?
We came from Florida,
Oh, wow. What part of Florida?
Tampa.
Tampa, okay. And what inspired you to come out here?
Stand up with our fellow men for gun rights, for our Constitution.
And what, if you had the opportunity, what would you say to the governor of Virginia?
Resign. And we shall not comply.
We need to leave it. And so, do you believe that the establishment media is going to give you guys a fair shake? At all?
Absolutely not.
And why do you think that?
Because the media, correct, they have proved to us that they can be trusted.
And if you hadn't you had an opportunity to speak with CNN, right? What would you say to the network?
CNN sucks.
Fake news. Fake news.
And what is the most important reason why people need to come out here today, or why people you believe came out here today?
Because this sets the precedence for the rest of the other states.
What's at stake?
Our rights and the God-given rights and the rights the Constitution gives us.
And what's your name?
Iris.
Iris. It's a pleasure. I'm Matt Purdy, Breitbart News. Thank you so much.
Oh, Breitbart.
Yeah.
Y'all interviewed me. Y'all interviewed me in Tampa.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, well.
It's been windy here.
That right there reminds me of the Tea Party rallies. People were cleaning up. We never left a mess. Look at the left. When they rally, the Women's March, look at all the trash they leave behind. This is indicative of patriots versus liberals. Liberals run rallies. They leave it a complete and utter mess. Every Tea Party rally we had, we left the area cleaner than when we got there. Looks like we got Alex Jones going.
Second, right in his parents' face. Tyrants. This is what happens to tyrants. This is what happens to tyrants, what you just saw. All right. Y'all do the picture. Everybody jump in. Which live feed, dude? Right here? Dude, get in there. We do the live feed. Yeah. I can hear you. I'm good. Yeah. So everybody just get it right here. Come out in the background of the big crowd. No, we're going. Tell me what's. No, we're going. Tell me what's. Why you're here today? Go ahead. This is awesome. This is about we the people. How about me?
Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is awesome. This is exactly why we're here. To see everyone unite as one banner for freedom. And this is the battle right here. We're here to join with everyone else.
And the people out there in cyberspace, this is important to see. They got to share these links. Share what people really did here today, because the media is going to lie about all this. Only you can Paul Revere it. Only you can get it.
One thing I want to make sure everyone knows, it was completely peaceful out here. None of the hype, none of the media, that everything that spread that showed there was going to be violence or anything like that. None of that happened at all. The crowd was out here, was beautiful.
And all the media hype saying we'd be violent was a damn lie again. Another hoax.
Police is saying we got to keep moving because the backflow, we're backing stuff up. What if we go right up here? We can walk up here, we can walk up there, but when we stop, it's possible.
Let's go into here.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's not over, Doc.
Yeah, as he pointed out, it's been totally peaceful. The people who have tried to incite violence have been the Democrat politicians in suits. Again, this is a live feed. Alex Jones in Richmond at the large crowd
I would
there.
love to take credit 20 years ago when it was in Berkeley Science Reports and other top research reports that atrazine sterilizes and reduces fertility of amphibians, of fish, of birds, but also of mammals. And so, but what it does is it also confuses males, and then that's what happens with frogs. They want to have sex with the male frog, but then they don't have any eggs, and so the frogs die. And so I said, listen, I'm not against gay people. I just don't want to put chemicals in the water that make the freaking frogs get. Every late night comic, they all attack me. No one full damn well that atrazine is a very toxic chemical, and even tiny amounts of it will literally basically shrivel your balls and everything else up. You don't even have a sex life, okay? And it'll fry your brain. And so it doesn't just, quote, make you gay. That was just something the media picked up on, even though studies show it makes the male frogs want to have sex with the other male frogs. Okay, so it screws up their olfactory nerve, everything. And then it turns out the Pentagon had, this is BBC News, this is Reuters 25 years ago, a gay bomb.
Just give it a second, folks. Looks like the internet's being throttled a little bit here, so not on this end. We're good here. Give it a second for it to refresh. Give it a second here, folks. It looks like the internet's being throttled.
Alex Jones explained to the crowd how the mainstream media.
Well, almost.
All about that. The law reads, it shall be unlawful
Some of it's coming back
for any
now.
person
There we go.
over 16 years of age to, with the intent to conceal his identity, wear any hood. That'd be, kind of like the Ku Klux Klan hood that Governor Kuhnman was pictured with, or to use any other device to conceal his face. That would be like, we don't know which one he was. I think still we don't know. And it was an effort, and it was an effort to conceal. I mean, he was trying to conceal his identity, I guess, for about 35 years. He was saying, it's not me. It's not me. I never saw that. It's not me. And so the question is, if they're so concerned, they're going to issue a state of emergency and say, well, these people who have shown up for 17 years, always peaceful, we think it's going to be a full-on kick off a civil war. We're not even going to let people bring in toy guns, baseballs, or softballs anywhere around the Capitol, and they're going to limit travel and so forth. Why wouldn't they come out and say, oh, and if you show up wearing a hood, because this is what Antifa does everywhere, and if they're Charlottesville, where protesters are going to get attacked by counter-protesters wearing hoods, that would be the anti-First Amendment, the Antifa people. Why wouldn't they come out and say, if you show up with a hood, we're going to arrest you? They never said anything about that, Governor Blackface.
Revolution, nothing less. Trump hands out now. Trump hands out now. No white supremacy. No white supremacy. A better world is possible. A better world is possible. Revolution, nothing
Ooh, look at that dude.
Revolution, nothing less. Trump hands out now. Trump hands out now. No white supremacy. No white supremacy. A better world is possible. A better world is possible. Revolution, nothing less. Revolution, nothing less. Trump 2020. You better be careful. Trump 2020.
Revolution, nothing less. It looks like about 15, 20 communists. Well, maybe less. Maybe less than 10.
4 more years. 4 more years. Trump hands out now. No white supremacy. No white supremacy. A better world is possible. A better world is possible. Revolution, nothing less. Revolution, nothing less.
Oh, it's like six people. But that will be on the mainstream media. Look at the mainstream media clamoring around six communist dopes. Look at the mainstream media loving the communists.
Revolution, nothing less. Revolution, nothing less. Trump hands out now. Trump hands out now. No white supremacy. No white supremacy. A better world is possible. A better world is possible. Revolution, nothing less. Revolution, nothing less.
It's going to be a quick revolution if you got less than 10 people in your revolution.
No white supremacy. No white supremacy. A better world is possible. A better world is possible. Revolution, nothing less. Revolution, nothing less. Trump hands out now. Trump hands out now. No white supremacy. No white supremacy. A better world is possible. A better world is possible. Revolution, nothing less. 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 We're getting organized for an actual revolution. revolution. Bob Avakian, the leader of the revolution, has said there's a direct line from the Confederacy to the fascists of today, which we see in the Trump-Pence presidency, and we see in this phony gun rights rally today that is really a white supremacist rally. This is a fascist rally.
Really? I see a lot of Americans of all colors at this rally.
These politics are what undergirds the Trump-Pence regime and, frankly, this rally today. The Trump-Pence regime supports the politics of this rally. It has committed great crime.
Yeah, you're outnumbered about 1,000,000 to 1 right now.
Nonviolent protests that continue. White supremacy. A woman hating.
White supremacy. You gotta be kidding me.
Stems from the nature of this capitalist imperialist system. This system cannot be reformed, it must be overthrown. We've got the leadership to make revolution in Bob Avakian and the vanguard he leads. We've got the strategy to make it happen.
Look at the police surround them and protect them like they're going to be attacked.
Society that could be brought into being through revolution.
All for Northam's optics right there. Nobody's gone near these people. Right? Nobody's gone near these people, yet the police surround them to protect the communists that aren't being threatened whatsoever. But that will be on the mainstream media, that the communists had to be protected from the white supremacists in the crowd.
I'm going to say that one more time. There is a force that is getting organized for a revolution to emancipate.
Organized. Listen to her. She's telling you there is a force that is getting organized for revolution. George Soros funded revolution. Right on, Such with Chickens. They're protected with guns. Move to Venezuela. Listen to the media right there. They are surrounded by the gun activists. Nobody has threatened them or gone after them. But the media is portraying these people as heroes, basically, and that they need to be saved because the crazy gun activists are coming after them. Did you not just hear the media say that? Did everybody hear that media personality saying that they were surrounded by the activists, trying to portray the communist revolutionaries as the heroes?
Excuse me.
Mainstream media, enemy of the people. I can see your message, Sits with Chickens.
So it looks like we encountered some counter-protesters finally after basically 6 hours of streaming. No, I can't.
Let's see. It looks like that might be a live. Oh, they just cut out the live feed from InfoWars. I was going to go over that, but that was great that Alex Jones trolled with his pink hat. That was a live troll.
Probably about 7 to 10 people at most.
That's right, Kidda Monster. And you heard her say that. They're surrounded by the gun activists. Sad. Probably Periscope. It looks like it's okay on DLive. Periscope loves to mess with the feeds.
Hey guys, if we can get you moving around and maybe go that way. Don't give me any attention. Come on, guys, up the sidewalk, let's go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
That looked like little Ben Shapiro.
High ground in the sunlight. Look back here.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. What you just saw a few minutes ago was a bunch of leftist protesters who, pretty much communists, the RevCom group. I was basically following them so that we can make sure that the mainstream media wasn't taking anything that happened there out of context. It's something that went down. So I was kind of just covering things just in case they tried something crazy. All right, so we're gonna keep trying to find some patriots around here.
Looks like we got
down the hill and then the streets up to a fence. You can't see about 90% of it there. And again, there's large crowds all in the streets down below. But I have a gentleman who's been a police officer and been in the military and worked a lot of these type of things. And he was breaking down how dangerous this is by design, with one entry point and one exit point, and the type of crisis it could cause if there was a stampede. We were going back out of the grounds and trying to get to the crowds of tens of thousands. It was pretty frightening. A lot of children in there being crushed together because slowly the state police are crunching down the containment zone, which I guess is in a term known as kettling. So let's zoom in. We're going to put our security guy on camera and have Tim come over here and tell folks a breakdown of why it's dangerous.
Yeah, so we just got back from the Capitol grounds, and I have to say, I've done a lot of events over the last 30 years, and this is probably one of the most unsafe setups that I have seen. They literally put the exit point and the entry point together, and they're literally perhaps 5 to 6 feet wide, and you've got 50,000 people corralled into a very small area. So if there was any kind of emergency, literally no one could get out. They're literally trapped inside that fenced-in area because it would just be mayhem. So Governor Northam, he needs to absolutely be ashamed of himself for how he set this thing up. And he's really putting a lot of people in danger. Now, to the credit of the crowd, they have been nothing but peaceful, supportive, while expressing their First Amendment rights, and that's why things are still going off without a hitch, at least up to this point, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, the way.
All right, that was Alex Jones talking about how they have set up a very dangerous situation.
But yeah, super peaceful. I don't know where all these white supremacists are talking about. Like, you probably see I'm the biggest white supremacist.
Yeah.
What's the meaning? Oh,
on this, it's just, rebellion.
Yeah.
Like
gay people live longer if they shoot back.
Yeah, that I actually have that somewhere.
But you're staying home.
Oh no, I texted y'all. Oh, I found another ANCAP.
You guys have fun.
Yeah. The rainbow's at.
I'm looking at the bottom screen, the top right corner. The white limousines. I'm not really sure what that's all about.
All right, let's go back up here.
See a bunch of white limousines there. Not really sure who that is.
You guys, Matt Purdy, Breitbart News. Just stick around. I'm just basically going from one crowded area to another and find some different people to talk to.
Y'all still out there? I don't see any chat coming through.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been a lot of fun doing this coverage today.
That's right,
It
Sits
was a
with
little
Chickens.
cold
I
in the
see your
beginning,
chat
but it's
now.
gotten a little better now.
Mainstream media will show the shots of the streets that are nearly empty instead of where everybody's gathered. I'm sure they'll show that shot of the 6 to 10 communists and call it a rather large counter protest.
Ron Paul militia. Ron Paul warned us. That's why we have to be here.
Taxation is not extortion, it's theft. I see you, Sits with Chickens. I am so glad to see you out there again. We missed you, darling.
Get these videos out there for everybody to see, so that people know what we're up against, not just here in Virginia.
Hey, you're still here. Yeah, still around. Still alive, still doing the beat. Yeah, oh yeah.
Of course they did. They put it on a wide angle to make it look like a giant counter protest.
Well, I'm actually live right now, so I don't want to do the interview on me.
I just saw that tweet from Eric Swalwell on Banned Video where he threatened to nuke us if we didn't hand over our guns. Eric Swalwell bloviating from his brains that he sits on. I don't see Doc Martin in the chat, my partner and co-host for Winning TV. She must be making grits right now. Yeah, what a dope. We've got nukes. It'll be a short war. You're going to nuke the American public who doesn't hand over their guns. That shows you what the Democrat Party really feels about the American public. We work for them, apparently. They don't work for us. We do what they tell us to do. Every Democrat is that way, and it's being exposed every day. That's why Democrats are walking away from the Democrat Party. Blue-collar Democrats, blue dog Democrats are joining the Trump train every day. And I implore you to vote red to prevent this stuff from happening in other states. We need to take back the House, expand the lead in the Senate, and get Donald Trump reelected. Otherwise, you're going to see every single lunatic governor out there, Democrat governor, trying the same thing.
Breitbart.
I always say Breitbart.
It's all good. What brings you guys out here today?
I am from Colorado.
She's the story.
Okay, got it. All right, let's see what's going on.
Well, let's see here. I am
I'm from Rifle, Colorado. I'm the owner of Shooter's Grill, where all the waitresses open carry firearms.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a real. You said it's a grill?
Yes.
Say that. What's the name of the place again?
Shooter's Grill in Rifle, Colorado.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like an amazing place to go.
Yes.
Probably the safest restaurant in the country, right?
I would argue that it's the safest restaurant in the country. Yes.
All right. Well, tell us more about it.
Well, we started just by real life experiences. Times got tough, we got tougher, we took a risk and opened a business. We named it Shooter's Grill as a spinoff of Rifle, and we just opened to serve good food to our community. But real life happened, and a man was physically beat to death behind my restaurant. As a new business owner and a mother of 4, I didn't have time to sit through a class or pay my government a fee to prove my innocence and wait for their permit. So I took action and I began to open carry to protect my people. From that, an advocacy for the Second Amendment was born, and even further than that, an advocacy for our freedom that is being stripped away from us by legislators on a regular basis. So
Oh, sorry, folks. I think we just got hit again.
for
with
the past
throttle
7
on.
years, I've been
There we go.
advocating not only for the Second Amendment, but for the Constitution of the United States of America. You may remember last year when Beto O'Rourke emphatically stated on the debate stage, "Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15s and your AK-47s." Well, like most Americans, I kind of grumbled and complained on my couch when I heard that, but then he doubled down and said,
I like that, Mitch. Victim-free zone.
take action. I drove 3 hours with my Glock on my hip. I grabbed the microphone and I looked Beto O'Rourke in the eye and told him, "Hell no, you're not taking our guns."
Wow.
I'm not stopping there. I am tired of our elected officials who we put in office not securing our rights. They're selling them away to the highest bidder. They're reaching across the aisles and absolutely destroying our lives with a pen and paper. And so now it's time for regular, we the people, to start entering these races and taking control back from our government. And so now I, Lauren Boebert, am running for Congress in Colorado's 3rd Congressional District to make sure that my people's rights are secured.
And say, what was your name again?
Lauren Boebert.
And you said did you open up this restaurant?
Yes.
Great. So tell us about how people react when they figure out what the restaurant's all about and what it's been like there.
For nearly 6 years after media got attention of us open carrying at Shooter's Grill, America and the rest of the world stop in for a visit on a regular basis. We get people in every single day saying, "We heard about you, we want to come and support you, we love what you're doing," and very rarely do we have anybody come in and not like what's going on there.
How has the mainstream media treatment of the facility and yourself as well been? 'Cause you went viral, didn't you, when you encountered Beto in that scenario?
Yes.
How was that portrayed in the mainstream media?
Just like anybody who loves freedom, they try to attack you any chance that they can and tear down your story and make you seem like an extremist. But you know what? I just love America. I love freedom. I'm a mother of 4 boys, and I need an equalizer to protect me and my children.
And what would you say if you had an opportunity to speak with the Virginia governor at some point? What would you say to him?
Well, I was under the impression that Democrats were not in favor of border security, and I showed up to Virginia today, and there are fences all around the people's house, and they're restricting our rights from getting in, from us being in there freely. So I actually see that their borders worked quite well. So maybe they should reconsider our President Trump's border security efforts and give him a hand. They're pretty good at building walls.
That's great. And what would you say to a lot of people who believe that gun control laws would actually save lives?
Have they? Have gun control laws saved lives? No. Criminals, by definition, break the law. We already have gun laws in place. All you're doing is restricting law-abiding citizens from defending their lives, from defending the people that are around them. We don't need more gun laws, and And let me tell you right now, no one wants to see anyone harmed. Nobody wants to see these mass shootings, any kind of shooting, any kind of death or violence. Yet there is evil in the world, and it happens. We don't differ in our hearts. We differ in data. My data is this is how I protect me and mine and the people who are around me.
And could you also say, what about when it comes to women's rights, but also particularly rights to defend themselves? Can you speak to that issue and what would happen here in Virginia if the Virginia governor, as well as the legislators here, pass some harsh gun control measures?
Gun rights are absolutely women's rights. I am 5'0", 100 pounds. I've been campaigning. I might be a little less than that now. I don't have time to eat. But I cannot physically defend myself against an attacker. And my firearm is a great neutralizer. I hope to God that I never have to use it, and I believe that I won't, but I also thank God that I have it and I have that right in case it's ever needed, because I have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and I will do whatever I can to preserve my life. And if the governor of Virginia is going to tell his people that they have no right to defend their lives, well, then maybe he should go back to the legislation that was passed with abortion here in Virginia. Maybe he should protect the most innocent of lives, if lives is what he's really concerned about. And let's start with the womb. Let's start with protecting those babies right there.
Great.
Woo! Yeah!
I just want to ask you about the establishment media. Do you think that they're going to give a fair portrayal of what happened here
Sorry,
today?
Doc Martin. I just found a new co-host.
Great question. I believe because this was
Just kidding.
such a peaceful demonstration of our rights, it'll be ignored like all the other great things that are going on in this country. They only feed and thrive on heartache and massacre and tragedy. That's all they care about, and that's what they're chasing. They give all the people lies and put fear in their hearts. I believe that there were a lot of mixed messages sent about this rally before it took place to prevent us from coming here. They wanted us afraid and to not show up. But here we are, and we're strong, and we're loud, and we are not giving up this fight. I am Colorado.
Whoop. Got throttled again. It'll come back up. It's not us, so this has been happening periodically, so hang in there, it'll come back up. Yep, everything on the dashboard's good, so it's coming out of Virginia this way. It's the provider, so it's been happening on a regular basis here, so just hang in there, it'll be back up. Yep, everything's being throttled. So hang in there, folks, while the feed is working its way back, and it will in a few short minutes. Don't forget, we got a 1-year anniversary coming up here. So spread the word out there. Tell people to follow us on DLive. Even if you don't like DLive, set up an account and follow us so that we can get to 200 followers and affiliate status before our 1-year anniversary. Nothing on our end is wrong, so hopefully this comes back up. It's been doing this on a regular basis today. I'm sure there are a lot of internet feeds out there right now popping off, so let's give this a few more minutes here and see if it stops throttling like that.
Check us out, One American
Yeah,
News.
here we go.
All right. We love our brothers on the rights in the media, so covering the truth. Thank you. Great work.
Make sure you follow us on DLive. Spread the word. Spread the link out there. Help us to get to 200 before the 1-year anniversary of Winning TV. We've got 3 shows now. We've got Promises Kept Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got Speakeasy, 9 to 11, Saturday night, Eastern Time. And we've got the Red Wave Show, excuse me, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We need to take back the House. That's how you join the Civil War. You get out there and you work for candidates. You get people voting red to prevent another Virginia from happening. Straight red ticket. Very important. You want to be a part of the Civil War? Join Regiment 45 on the Red Wave Show. Find out who the candidates are.
All right, what's going on here? Looks like there might be some protesters around here, but it's hard to tell. We should just sort of standing in the middle here.
Okay? They cannot blame people that have mental health crisis on us. Okay, they cannot do it, but they do it every day. And the idiocy is they have so many people listening to them that don't know the difference. Okay, this is what everybody in America should be looking at. Okay, not some poor kid who's mentally ill that never got any help. Okay, that doesn't represent us. So please, you guys gotta get on the sidewalk.
Thank you for sharing it out, Sits with Chickens.
So please sign the petitions before you go.
I'll throw this out there. Doc Martin and I do not care who you follow. If you're a patriot, who you watch, if you're a patriot, if you're a Q follower, if you're a Q peruser, if you're anti-Q, we don't care. We want you on the shows. We're all one America. We have to unite. Now is the time. You want to join the Civil War, join Regiment 45 on the Red Wave Show and watch Promises Kept to get yourself some information. Information is key to helping Trump win and the Republicans take back the House, win Senate seats. That's the Civil War we need to fight. November is the Civil War. We need a UK-style wave election. Oh, I just heard Doc Martin. You rang my doorbell, Doc?
I sure did. I can't let you have all the fun by yourself. What are you doing?
Just streaming some of the live feeds from the rally. So far, everything's peaceful. We're praying that it stays that way.
Yes.
And doing some
Hasn't it
selfless
been
promotion.
awesome to see all of our wonderful patriots conduct themselves in such a manner?
Of course, this was just like the Tea Party. The Tea Party never had an issue, but we were portrayed as white supremacist, racist, violent. None of the sort ever happened, right? Right, Doc?
That's right. Yep, that is exactly it. They push a narrative that they want to come true, but luckily we have people with level heads on their shoulders and know that that's not our way. You know, we don't use force unless we have to as a means of self-defense.
That's right, Doc. So, and that's okay, Aussie Nick. If you can't do Q, we don't care here. If you can't do Q, if you can do Q, if you're a patriot, that's all that matters. You're an American fighting for this country to stay free. We welcome everybody.
Keep people from standing in the middle of the road.
Right, Doc?
Yes, sir. Whether you read Q or you don't, if you're a patriot, you're on my team. Aussie Nick, please don't. Just let it go, honey. We don't care if you follow Q or not. I read Q, and we're still friends. So we're a big enough tent that regardless of your views about Q, if you are MAGA, you are welcome.
That's right. We need everybody on board, everybody working together.
That's okay, Austin Nick. Nobody requires you to. But it's just not a hill to die on, darling. You know, as patriots, we got to be appreciative of anything that brings eyes on our mission and our agenda, our movement, and the rest is gravy, as they say. So we're just glad to have everybody on the same team. And boy, isn't that an awesome team that we're seeing today.
That's
it just
okay,
makes
Nick.
me want to be there. I wish we'd been able to be there.
Yes.
That would be an awesome, awesome day to get together with fellow patriots, exercise our First Amendment right, and protect our Second Amendment right.
What's that sign say? Government and media run
Love
by
you too,
organized
darling.
crime. Did you see that
Hi,
sign, Doc?
Latin America.
You see that sign, Doc?
What does it say? I'm
It
sorry, I'm
says,
on my phone. It's a little bitty.
Government and media run by organized crime.
Oh, amen. I'm saying that is awesome.
Good point.
That in when Ricky Gervais came out and was red pilling people, boy, the truth is coming out, isn't it?
Thank you for the
They
follow,
can
Susie.
try to extinguish our light, but the flame continues. The flame is burning.
Thank you for the follow, Susie.
So what brought you here today?
Good point, Aussie Nick, but we don't allow Q supporters to attack non-Q supporters. We don't allow Q supporters to attack each other. We don't allow anybody to fight with each other. We
Because
all
we're on
have
the
to be
same team. Why
Yes,
would we?
we are all on the same team. It's time to unite.
Was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Oh,
that kinda
yeah.
Forced you to, or not forced you, but like convinced you to come here.
I know, you know, all my guns, they just sit there so nice and quiet. They don't mouth off. They don't get up and walk around. They don't shoot themselves off. They just don't bother us. Isn't that amazing?
And
If a crazy isn't picking them up and operating them, they just sit there nice and quiet, don't they?
I would ask him to kind of look around and like, is this really what the people want or need?
Yeah. And
Me too,
what do you
Political
think is
Patty. If they're on my side, honey, I got their back.
Do you believe the media or the mainstream media is going to give an accurate
That's
portrayal?
right.
Yes,
History will
time to
judge.
unite. History will judge.
Yes.
Because history will be judging us. How we stood up for the freedoms of our children and our grandchildren to come. This is a test market. They're testing us to see what we're going to do in response. They are watching to see how we respond so they can decide how they'll operate in the future. And they will be trying again because there's a whole list of states that are sitting there watching all this go by because they won't do the same thing in their state.
If
And
you're
they're all
watching,
run by Democrats.
if you're watching
So
the
that'll
Alex
tell you
Jones
something right
feed,
there.
you're seeing Project Veritas talking about the Bernie campaign workers that are talking about burning down cities if Bernie doesn't win or get the nomination. This is the left. But the media isn't saying a word, and that campaign worker is still working for the Sanders campaign.
And did you hear Bernie decry violence? No. He hasn't said a word since all that's come out that I've seen. Have you heard him decry violence?
No, and the media has not asked him to dismiss this man and the others in the Sanders campaign,
say that
and he hasn't fired them yet.
Control laws will actually save lives.
Imagine if that was Donald Trump or one of his campaign workers saying that.
Self-defense gun uses don't get reported on. You know, I think there's a lot of stories.
Nick, they're not allowing any body armor though inside. If you go inside their gates of hell, then they're not letting any. There was a sign saying no body armor. Isn't that interesting?
And you know, there's nothing.
They've got snipers there.
So it's hard to really look at all the
They've got everything.
But you know, I think in America we have the right to defend
exactly
ourselves.
Right. They won't let a man wearing any armor. They take all their defenses away if you go inside their little gates of hell.
You know, I can't always carry a cop, so a firearm is the next best thing.
That's true. That's true. And what are your names again?
My name's Brandon Lewis, Lewis, and this is
Anna Marie Lewis.
Great. And husband and wife, and you guys, did you guys both open up the business together, or?
I opened it up.
Oh, okay, great.
By myself, and then we met. Then we met. So.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. Plug your gun range one more time.
Sure, it's the Firing Pin in Bergen, New York, just outside of Rochester.
You guys have a website?
We do, thefiringpinny.com.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys for coming out here, and thank you for
Good
your time.
point, Ozzy Nick. Why would they ban body armor? What did they have planned
I'm here. What's
for
up?
the people in the pen?
Okay, I got your site here. There you go.
I'm trying to get some free advertisement, man. Don't joke me. Because I'm going to go on your site.
They wouldn't even allow slingshots.
All right, well, you'll find it.
So no David and Goliath going on today.
Thank you. I'm Matt Purdy. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm going to tell you next. I'm going to see, because you know you got to be all done by quarter. You know.
Oh, I just filmed you for 10 seconds. Got this on, so you're good. There's 30,000 people watching that.
I really hate
That's right, Rat Hunter. Antifa was telling people not to go there. They were afraid people were going to defend themselves. They were outnumbered. So far, I have not seen any signs of Antifa.
Hey, love. How you doing, Miss Washington?
Kimmy Jong-un.
Kimmy?
Make sure you watch Kimmy's show Thursday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. My favorite things. Also, UK Neil is on Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Great job, UK Neil.
Yes, we're so proud for you. That is wonderful. And you look so, all your stuff looks so good.
So what do you think, Doc? We're coming up on 1 year in a few short weeks here.
Well, I just can't believe I've been able to put up with you for so long. But I'm really glad you passed the test. And you know what? You did good, Yankee, that you remembered.
Yeah, I did.
Because you know that is another test.
I got a big poster up on the wall to remind me every time I come in here.
I would too, because you know it's hard to limp off whenever I've shot you in the kneecaps now. You know how us girls don't like to be scorned or forgotten.
Kimmy says, only losers don't watch my show.
That's a darn truth.
You want to just talk about the rally and how you think things went down today?
We'll be glad to.
What's that?
We'll be glad to. Sure.
Can you believe that, Kimmy?
How do you think
I put up with that Yankee for almost a
I think they
year.
were great.
I think about everyone I talked to, because we stood on.
I heard about that footage earlier, Aussie Nick, but
we've spoken to a lot of
I haven't
people
seen
who
that since.
said that,
I think it was just
at
some
least 2 or
people
3
trying to
of their friends
goad
didn't
some
show
people
because
into
they
a
were
fight,
afraid of the potential
and
violence.
they weren't buying it. So
Nothing could
good
be
for
further
them.
from the truth.
Wow. So, well, who do you think was pushing that out?
Oh, the governor, of course. Governor Northam, the reason for all his extremism lately is he got caught with blackface.
Well, here we go with the throttling again.
And next to a guy in a white sheet. And he's trying to prove to the extremists in the Democrat Party that he should be able, to be supported when he runs again for elected office. So,
I love your handle.
Oh, yeah.
We used to play Pixie Sticks when I was growing up.
Come over here and hopefully block the lens flare. There we go.
Okay.
Now I'm a little bit better. I'm more closer to your head height.
Okay.
So, what if you had a chance to speak with the Virginia governor? What would you say to him?
Yeah, I would
find another job.
Yes, find another job. We're not real happy with our governor. We don't respect him anymore. We think he should be out of office.
Great, and
there's a lot of things that he could be doing that actually help people's liberties as a Democrat. Like universal basic income or something, or healthcare for all, one-payer healthcare.
Do
actually
something
increase liberties for
productive.
people, but instead they're going after rights.
So,
typical big government.
See, I'm a Republican. This is my son. He's a Democrat.
I voted for Hillary in 2016.
But we're both gun owners.
That's
we both
interesting.
enjoy
Yeah,
shooting.
that's really cool.
And I don't even hunt. I haven't hunted in over 30, 40 years. But I love just target shooting, competitive shooting, and also I believe that everybody has a right to defend themselves. And I think that if you disarm a nation, the next thing you do is you turn it into what you want it to. You can control it.
True.
So we're just not happy with the way things are going.
Well, father and son stand together on the Second Amendment.
Absolutely.
I'm his grandson.
Oh, I didn't know this. What are your names?
I'm Doug Barrier.
I'm Wes Barrier.
All right, where you guys from?
Here.
Oh, great.
We're both. I've got a Midlothian address.
I'm Richmond City
He's
limits.
in Richmond City.
Took me about 12 minutes to get here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was lucky.
You're in the minority here.
I suppose so.
Well, you'd be surprised. There's a huge number of. There's a lot of Democrats here too.
Wow.
I've spoken to them.
Carrying guns.
Carrying guns. We stood there and talked to people as they walked by. And
Hi, Sheree. Glad you joined us, honey.
Everybody was friendly. There was no.
We got a good group here today.
Yes.
Do you think the
Watching
media
history in the
reported that
making.
way?
I don't think it'll be reported that way.
We hope they do.
Maybe you'll help out.
Yeah.
We hope you do.
We hope so. We're Breitbart News, so we're live streaming everything, so there's no real filter or anything. So
Yeah, we spoke with Channel 8, and hopefully they'll do well by us.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming out here and taking the time to speak with me in Breitbart News.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys.
Have a good one.
No, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hey guys, real quick, stay on the line. I am going to switch the battery real fast.
So while he's hitting his battery fast, this is the mistake the Democrats are making right here is a lot of Democrats own guns. I know that's hard for people to believe in our circles, but yes, they do.
This is the first time this is going to happen.
And they are walking away, right, Doc?
Yeah. Hey, darling. How you doing? I'm so glad to see you today. Happy are you? You tagged us in the tweet, Candace.
So, what you got to tell me about what
Shark.
you saw here today?
What did you just watch? Candace, she said she was
Nobody's
shocked
invading
at
a
it.
gun rally. That's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do is invade a gun rally. Somebody's armed.
Yeah, that would mean that's why I
Look
only
at
saw
those
like
white
7
supremacists.
protesters, I guess. Yeah.
So when I saw, they're like, we're gonna invade the streets of Richmond. No, you're not.
Wait,
No, you're not.
wait, they're
So,
they're
do you
African
think
American. They
the,
can't be
news
Trump
media is gonna
supporters.
give an accurate portrayal of how things went down here?
No. They're gonna be embarrassed. They're not gonna say much about it. They're just gonna move on to the next topic. Probably covering the March for Life in DC. Maybe something will pop out from there, but you won't hear about this again.
Black people are.
I seen it. Isn't our POTUS just the master blaster troller? I'm telling you.
This grandma drove from South Carolina
I'm
because
so mad my phone store
I did
just
it for
got
white
full right before.
But at least people.
The weird thing is, this is supposed to be a white supremacy event, but
I mean, I think you identify as a white supremacist.
I identify
Black
as a white
supremacist.
today. Did you feel unwelcome and threatened?
Oh, no. What? I didn't even have a gun. I felt very safe. I like the, there's a lot of support going out.
But I feel like they finally see this. I feel like the media's gonna see this.
Yeah.
Oh, Virginia's
They're gonna ignore it, though.
Virginia's
They're gonna ignore it. They're gonna ignore it.
Nationalists roam the streets, bro. I swear.
This is why the media is doing this, and the governor,
Agenda.
30% plus in the black community are moving toward Trump and the Republican Party. This is why this is happening right now. I think it's higher than 30%. What do you think, Doc? I lose you, Doc? Checking on the grits?
I agree. Yeah, I think it's higher because if they're admitting to that, you know it's got to be more.
Yes.
And you know that there's so many that won't even admit that they are MAGA supporters because they know that, you know. So I think the number's really higher than what we know.
All right, and I'd
The
say
Democrats
about,
know they are in major trouble in 2020. But we have to keep working and fighting to get those votes.
Every day.
They're calling the president
Every
Donnie
day.
and stuff like that. I don't think
Yes,
that's a
Steve.
smart way of getting your news.
Prayer does work.
So Breitbart on Instagram.
And we
that's
are
where you
praying
gotta
for the
go.
safety of every one of these wonderful patriots and for our cause, that God will supernaturally protect our cause, that people will see what they are trying to do and what our true intent is, so that people have a discerning eye for what's really going on. I think it's on full display. It's a wonderful display of patriotism today. God-fearing, tax-paying citizens that just want to live their lives in freedom.
Support Patriots. Love it. I feel very safe.
Is there any place we can do interviews?
We're trying to get everybody out of here.
Where's out of here? Do we have to go to the side of the street?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oppressive police.
Kimmy, I missed what you predicted, darling. Yes, God bless the USA this year. Glad you joined us, darling. Be sure and follow Phil's on this channel so that you can join us on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Promises Kept and 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the Speakeasy, where any patriot that would like to join us can get on with us, and we just cuss and discuss the events of the days and anything that is on our mind. So if there's any patriots out there in the audience that would like to join us on Saturday night for the Speakeasy, get put your 2 cents in, you are welcome. Let Phil or I know. But otherwise, be sure and follow Winning TV so that you can see our ever-growing array of shows. We've got one that will inspire you and motivate you, hopefully. We've got one that lets you have your say, and one to educate you about our candidates that are going to be coming up in 2020 that we need to make sure that we get elected. So vote red in November.
And I don't believe that
Yes, we need a. We don't want a landslide. We want a UK style landslide where
Yes, we do.
it's just a massive, unbelievable wave, and then we can watch videos of the mainstream media over and over again as they cry.
Yes, that would. I would do just an hour-long special of just video after video after video. I think we need to have them crying after POTUS gets reelected in this. It's going to be biblical. That's the truth. And Ms. Kimmy, I was fearful of that, but I am praying God's supernatural hedge of protection around all of these patriots, that any plans that these left-wing libnuts have got planned would be for naught. That God would stop them in their tracks and let the sunshine of patriotism and freedom shine brightly today for all the world to see.
Like the fact that he has opportunity zones going on. He has the thing with I forgot what it's called that quick. Yeah, it's the first step that trying to help because in the black community, a lot of black people, especially black men, are affected by prison, which comes from the Clintons administration, but nobody wants to talk about that. But yeah, the current bill, exactly. But no one wants to talk about that. But
yes, I'll think that would be a prime source, wouldn't it?
Those little things alone, which is not just that, but he also deals with human trafficking. He's pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, and things of that. As he said, it matches my values. So a lot of people feel like that when you think of Republican or conservative, it's like, what does that actually mean to you? It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean or relate to racism, but it's actually the values of a lot of people that the black community has, which is faith-based. If not, that's okay. But it's also pro-Second Amendment, so you want to protect yourself. Why wouldn't you? It's your constitutional right. No one should be able to infringe on that. So
yes, God is always good, and He is always on time, Miss Kimmy.
Hey! A lot of people have this thing they're taught.
Everybody share this out, so all our buddies will come watch this with us.
You can't grasp it, and I like to say that a lot. And usually, there's history behind the Democratic Party.
Thank you all for watching. You're watching Winning TV on Periscope, YouTube, DLive, and Twitch.
All you have to do is read some books and see the history, and you'll see who's fighting for you.
Always positive and always MAGA.
Democrats only care about like
isn't that right, Phil?
That's right.
But with conservatives,
hey Mel, glad you joined us, all.
If one person succeeds,
come on in.
So it's not.
Join the rest of our ragtag group of patriots.
How do you call this?
God-fearing, tax-paying, Second Amendment loving patriots.
What do you call that? Opportunity. There's opportunity rooted in America.
We didn't do too badly, Doc Martin, for just deciding to jump up on scope here.
When he never took government assistance, but he worked so hard.
What'd you say, Phil? I missed that.
We didn't do too. We're not doing too badly just for just jumping on
I fight for that
at the last minute here.
I know. You didn't even text me and tell me you were going live.
I thought about it all night.
I had to invite myself to the party.
I thought about it all night.
No, don't you worry. That little guy is so cute, isn't he?
No, here comes the every 15-minute throttle, but I gotta imagine that the internet in the Northeast is getting crushed right now with feeds coming out of Virginia. So I think that's where the server
and they were doing, remember, I don't know if it affects this area or not, but remember they were going to have some jamming of the GPS stuff over the next few days, they said. And I don't know if that affects this or not. I don't know what all they can do, so I don't know. I'm sure it's on purpose.
Well, we got 118 followers on DLive now. We need 82 more.
Y'all come on, help us. We can't be lording around like near the wells. Y'all got to help us get to 200. I think it does something real fun for us. So come along for the ride.
We're hoping for 200 before our 1-year anniversary, which is in a couple of weeks here.
Continue this now.
So spread the word for us.
That would be a nice anniversary gift. Just saying, in case anybody's wondering. And I do like diamonds, if anybody else is wondering. They are a girl's best friend, you know.
I think Virginians, is that what they say? They have the right to protect themselves in many circumstances, and don't let Northern Virginia control all of Virginia. I know you're a governor, but you don't always have to do what's popular in your party. You know, I think you should serve your state first. Yes, you got elected, and you know your party supports you financially, but you still have a state, you know, to run and run it fairly as far as that. So,
What's his hat say, Phil?
I'm sorry, what was that, Doc?
Can you see his hat?
Oh,
Is that a MAGA hat?
Yes, yes, it is. It says "Make America Great Again." Wow.
Woohoo!
He's a black white
You want to
supremacist.
take a picture of that, put it up on our website. I mean, on our Twitter thing.
He looks like a black white supremacist.
and on other platforms at OSIGAH.
Yeah.
Elisa, we're on D Live,
About 24,000
Twitch,
people watching right now,
YouTube,
so you
and
guys are
Periscope.
aware. All right, so
The
We
D
were
Live is
asking
where
for
we're trying to get
followers on
200.
D Live though,
Yes,
because we were
D-Live.
trying to get to 200. Because it does something for you. I don't know exactly what, but they'll tell you.
Americans living in Virginia.
Just set up, if you don't have a D Live account, set one up, follow us. You don't have to use it, but eventually I'm sure Periscope and YouTube will be booting everybody
I think it's
soon.
I think that all gun control is racist.
It's already
and
happening.
I think it directly impacts black people in this state and in America in general.
Isn't she cute?
All right, I want to talk about two things.
Don't you just love
We're
to
talking
see
about
the
this whole
young
Second Amendment
patriots?
thing. We're going to get to that, but
They
first,
hadn't got 'em
what a lot
all.
of people forgot is Northam, back in, I think, February or March, he was talking about how he wanted to do post-birth abortion. Now, that kind of went under the table when that whole KKK blackface stuff came out. But we need to talk about how we're guaranteed the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in the Declaration of Independence. How can we be
Amen.
guaranteed the right to life if we're killing babies after birth? If we're killing babies at all after conception, in my opinion.
It's your broken.
If life starts at conception and we're killing life after conception, that's going against the Declaration of Independence. So how is that legal? How are we allowing that as a nation? Going on to the next thing, the Second Amendment rights. We're over here trying to take away the Second Amendments from anybody, from people being able to have the ability to defend themselves from a tyrannical government. This is the very thing. This is the very reason why we even left
Thank you,
Great Britain,
Neil.
the UK, why we even became an independent nation. So my thing is,
Your neighbor you saying
we have to
something
really
sweet.
figure out.
This little guy.
Thanks for the follow, Lisa, for Trump.
How we're going to go forward and how we're going to ensure that our nation
Time
stays
travel.
that we founded
Thank
upon
you for the
under the
follow.
Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
How you doing, John? Glad to see you.
We need to stop.
Thank you for joining us today.
Australia. We don't want to end up like UK, where they have the highest murder rate in the world. In London,
Oh
we got
my
to figure
gosh,
that.
we need to clone this child.
Oh, here comes a little
I
throttle,
should
so
say
hang
young
in there.
patriot. I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate being called a child.
Thank you for the follows. Just give it a second here. It's been doing this all day, so
Thank you, Kim. We appreciate it, Dawn.
Because I don't want to go down the
Help
path
us get
of
the
these
word
other
out that we're
tyrannical
trying to make it to 200 if you don't mind.
nations such as Cuba, North Korea, Iran, where they don't have any
Michael,
rights because they
glad
let the
to have
government
you,
take
honey.
over.
I've been good. How about you, Miss
Constitution is
Kitty?
what makes America a great country. So you can't just choose to pick an amendment and go after
Hard
it
to do
because
better
if you
on these days of
full-heartedly support
winning.
the Constitution, that's every single amendment. You can't just like first it'll be you're trying to take away the Second Amendment, and then here goes you may be trying to take away the First Amendment because without if I can't say how I feel, and then someone wants to attack me for it and I can't protect myself, then what am I to do? Like, I know there's police and government officials that are there to protect us, but at the end of the day, they can't get to us fast enough we're in a sticky situation. So a lot of times it is life or death. It is you
Amen,
or them
Kimmy.
when it comes to a criminal. Like, you want to be able to protect
Thanks for
yourself.
the follow on
I know a lot of
D-Live,
people are
Kim
scared
Wen.
of guns and things of that
They
nature,
can,
but
they
it's
can
about learning
preach
the
it like
safety of
no
things.
other.
Because at the end of the day, it may sound cringy, but guns really don't kill people. It's people kill people. It's a hate that you may have in your heart or
Maybe it's
dissatisfaction
just
within
expressing
yourself.
out.
So
Thanks
you
for
feel
the
like you
follow,
should take
Mel.
it out on other people, which is infringing on their rights and things of that.
Oh,
So I feel
good,
like
darling.
maybe the governor should take a step, and other people should
And if
Stepping
you
on
look
the
how
block.
other
if you
countries
follow
are
us, I
that
do follow you
that aren't
back. It
able to
might not be
defend
right away,
themselves,
but
and
I will get
they're
to
to
you
cry out
and
for
follow
help,
you
but
back on
you
all
want
the
to bring that into
platforms.
America, which is really like it's not
And
a
I'm
part
on
of
there
us.
too
It's
if
not
you
a
want
part
to
of what
follow
makes
me
us
so you
great. So I
can
don't feel like you should.
find at MTV. I think I'm the same. DR Martin 11. 111, excuse me.
Oh, we got a little throttle again. It's okay. It'll come back. Just hang in there, folks. Servers out of Virginia that we use. So you could imagine that that server is completely clogged up right now.
Can you imagine that?
It's got to be absolutely going crazy right now.
That picture of James always freaks me out because it looks like he's really sitting there. And I'm like always taken aback, like, what's James doing there?
Yeah, the Mel, the feed has been freezing on and off throughout the day. It's nothing on our end. It's the server. More
Every
than
one
likely,
of them this morning were having the same issue.
Yeah, it's more than likely the
I was
server
watching,
out of Virginia.
what's his head, InfoWars guy, Alex Jones, and all of them were the same way.
Yeah, our dashboard is all green, so it's not it's not us. It's the server out in Virginia that is freezing. So I'll give it a second here. Looks like it
Should
almost
come
wants
back
to come back. Yep, it'll come back in a second. It's been doing this all since I started streaming at about 11. It's been doing this.
And while we're waiting on that, everybody refill their libation.
You do your own
There we
research.
go.
Get your little
and
snick
it's not
snack.
going to line up.
Oh, almost. It's coming back slowly.
We're watching a day of history. I know, Kim Wynn. I don't know. That's the truth. It's been relatively good. And I bet they're not doing anything to help us.
It's not going to line up.
Exactly. So like, what I'll say is the media, especially like the fake news, we talk about CNN, MSNBC, they'll say, oh, everybody's racist and et cetera, Trump, he's racist. Look, we've been invited to the White House like 3 or 4 times by the president.
1 year.
And I want to know, if Trump is so racist, why is he inviting us to the White House? Why is he creating the first step back,
Amen.
the second step back, getting the lowest black unemployment in all history, getting the lowest Hispanic unemployment, getting low Asian unemployment, low unemployment just in general? Why would he be trying to
Preach
help us
the
out?
truth,
Why would he
honey.
be trying to push up these policies to get rid of the crime bill that Bill Clinton put in?
Exactly.
Why would he be trying to do that? If he was such a racist white supremacist, if he didn't care for us? I think Trump
Amen.
I think Trump in general does actually care about the minorities, and he wants a better America for everybody. And what the mainstream media will do is they're going to create all these fake narratives in order to kind of go back to the people that pay them. So essentially, we're talking about like their donors, the Democrats. We already know that the DNC owns CNN and MSNBC, and they would do almost anything, say anything, lie, cheat, steal, in order to make sure their narrative is correct.
Right. Well, I think the
That
media
kid
has
needs to
a
be
theme,
put on
a
national
narrative
TV.
of white on black racism. That is their theme. It's a profitable topic. It's a very profitable topic. Oppression and racism is a very profitable topic, and they know that is a very, very poignant word in the black community and in minority communities in general. If they can capitalize on that and control the vote, that's exactly what they're going to do. And we see that the media is run by the Democratic Party essentially, and so that's what they do. They capitalize on that to control the minority minority vote and where it goes. And then they can take control that way. They don't even have to worry about what policies they put in place. It's not about that. They know, they believe that we are stupid and that they can get our votes by saying racism and white supremacy enough via media. They don't think that we're going to research ourselves and understand what actual policies are being put in place. And they're losing our votes. I'm telling you right now, black people are coming out every day in support of this president. They are losing our vote. And this will bite them in the butt. This will.
Of course,
It
that's
really
why they
will.
turned into the illegal immigrants.
Ooh.
That's why they turn into
That's why they're turning.
Paying
I
them
mean,
under the table.
you look at the left and you look at the right. You look at the Democrat politicians and the Republican politicians. Me, I'm an independent. I have some conservative libertarian views. But you look at I try to be as unbiased as possible. But when you look at the Democrats, they kind of run on, oh, we'll be able to help stop racism. No. How are you going to stop racism? That doesn't work. Like, you can't just walk in and say, oh, we're going to stop racism. That doesn't work like that. No. If you look at how the racist statistics of like 60 years ago, we've come a long way. I mean, we just had our first black president, like what? 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years. In 2008, we elected our first black president. How is America racist if we just had a black president?
He got the majority white vote.
Yeah,
He got voted in because of the white community. I don't understand.
They try to push it.
One thing I want to touch on that. They think they're going to stop racism by canceling all white people. You know, the 70% of the population is white. If they wanted to be racist, they can be racist. No, but they're forgetting there's racism is not a big problem in America. That's not a big problem. The problem is somebody's taking money out of your wallets on taxes. Somebody's lying to you. Somebody's telling you what your kids' gender pronouns are going to be. Somebody's trying to control your life behind your back, and you're letting it. And that's what we're fighting for. That's why we're in Virginia. I feel like that's the only reason we're here.
That's the reason we're in Virginia, is to protect our God-given inalienable rights. If we weren't here, if these people weren't here fighting against the left to ensure that they don't take away our rights, they take it away in a second.
Yes, of course.
The same reason that we even left Great Britain, the UK, back in 1776, we signed the Declaration of Independence, created the Constitution, 1st, 2nd, 13th, 24, 27, 28 amendments. The reason we made all these amendments was to get away, to ensure that our government could not create a tyrannical power over the people. The Constitution isn't laws for the people to follow. The Constitution is to ensure that the government doesn't have the ability to take away the rights from the people. So the people have the ability to rise up and change the government if we need to. We've been under a king. We've been under a dictator. We've been under that in Great Britain, UK, when before this nation was founded. We didn't want that, so that's why we moved.
Well, and the thing is, the Democratic Party, they have a set out plan. They say, we're not going to ban all guns. We would never do that. That's not our plan. We want to make people safe. But if you look at the actual legislation, people have to stop listening to what they say. And there is a direct correlation with trying to ban all guns. They want to ban all guns,
That's right,
which gives
Laura.
them the control
Laura
that
Butler.
takes away the power of the American people. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to ban guns. And you just need to research it. They have a complete set out plan. They start with red flag laws. They start with all these small little implementations, and it grows into banning all weapons, all guns.
Yeah, I just want to go back and touch on the whole thing about the mostly white people here. Is the thing is, black people only make up about 14% of the population. So of course there's going to be more white people, but just because there's more white people doesn't mean they're racist. Doesn't mean they don't support you, even though they may not fully understand what you're going through. Just to have someone to support you is like a huge thing, because nowadays sometimes people don't care about people, you know. So if someone can show you support and they're not even considered your people or your whatever, like, I feel like American people, we are each other's people. Like, you shouldn't really be focused on race. You should be focused on what's right, what's wrong, and pushing forward the right to push out the wrong. Like, I feel like love does overtake hate, so we should be more focused on love and just pushing that out, so that we can't have these things of white and black, and because at the end of the day we all bleed red. So we should just definitely come more together, because this is like a lot of separation in America, which is the narrative of the left and the media. Like, they're going to separate us, so it feels like us against them, when really all of us right here, we want to help our community. I don't want to say we woke, because I don't really like that term. I feel like we've actually done research. We weren't like asleep. We were just misled. So I want to say we're now led in the right direction. I don't want to say we were led in the right direction because now we can go out, we can teach our people and our people as an American people about how we have been lied to and how we have been tricked and how we can change that and take it back into our hands and back into our community and just help our community.
Also, if you want to hear more from a young Black conservative thing, you can follow me at the John Soul. I don't know if you want to see that.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
Great.
You can see my opinions and other people's opinions. And
what's your name?
my name is Jonathan. Yeah.
And can you spell your first and last name for us?
My first name is Jonathan. Last name is SOWL.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. And then what about yours?
My name is Rochelle Conwell Williams, but on social media I go by ROCHELLE C-W. On Twitter I'm conservative_Victor, and Facebook Rochelle C-W, and on Instagram same thing.
Awesome.
I mean, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Mikel Crump, TheMikelCrump.
All right, hold that there for a sec. Make sure you get a good focus on it. There we go. All right, got it. Thank you.
And so, Real Shekinah is my Instagram, Real SHEKINAH, and my Twitter is sup. It's Shekinah SHEKINAH. So yeah, follow me there.
All right, and yours one more time.
All right, my name is Osiga Kaku. You can follow me on Twitter at OsigaK. That is OSIGAHK. And on all other platforms, it will be at Osiga, and then that will be at OSIGAH. All right. And
I just wanted to say one last thing. We all do have a Facebook. If you guys are on Facebook, it's just our regular names. I believe we've already spelled our names: Mikel Crump, Rochelle. Just follow us on Facebook. We're finally getting active over there, and I think a lot of you guys will like the content that we're creating.
PS, it's okay to be white. I feel like a lot of people are being stressed out about it's like a poison. Bro, I'm black, you're white, but we both bleed red. If there was a difference, if have you ever seen discrimination by hair color? Imagine that. That's literally what's happening. I've never seen somebody.
I've never heard that before.
I don't know what kind of brown-eye, blue-eye racism you guys been in.
Hair racism.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's okay to be white. People are pushing it a little too extreme. Hey,
Exactly.
go to California.
It's the fact that you don't get to choose what you were born as. Like, you were born a male, or you were born a female, you were born white, you were born black, Asian. It does not matter. At the end of the day, you are American people, or wherever you are from, you are people of God. He created you, so you should just stick with that. Take it further. Don't let hate and things of that nature discourage you.
I want to say, a lot of people talk about black privilege or white privilege or Asian privilege or any type of privilege. Look, any race can be privileged, whether you're rich, whether you're young, whether you're good looking. Anybody can have privilege on whether this helps you get this specific opportunity. So I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, you have white privilege." Look, anybody can have white privilege, so it really makes no sense. It's a dead argument. I don't understand how you can say, "Oh yeah, you have white privilege," but then you go into these communities making millions of dollars. If there's so much white privilege, does that mean black people have white privilege? It makes no sense.
No. Yeah, privilege is not based off of race. It's not based off of race. It's based off of situations. It's based off of economic status. I live in Colorado. There are thousands of white people on the street addicted to drugs that are affected by the opioid crisis, living in trailer parks. And I live a great life. I have opportunities. And so it's not based off of race. And I hate that the media capitalizes on that. I think it's ridiculous.
Exactly. I say that the good choices that you make, it determines your life. So if you make good choices, you'll have a good life. You can't blame other people or white supremacists or anything like that. You should just take self-responsibility. Just step on your toes and just get out there and take the opportunities. And don't worry if you have to start with a minimum wage job. Like, you can always work yourself up. You never know what God has in plan for you. So just keep your head up and just keep moving.
All right. Well, dang. Well, thank you so much, guys, for all your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We love
you guys.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Good seeing you.
You too.
All right. You guys take care. Stay warm.
You too.
All right. Good seeing you again. Good seeing you too. Oh, excuse me. What's up?
March for Life.
Oh, I'll be there.
Okay, we'll be there too.
So,
We'll be there.
we'll see you there then. All right. Take care, guys. Let's see if there's anything left over there.
Okay.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Looks like the.
Oh my gosh, what an awesome group of young patriots.
Got basically the last of the rally, but we're just going to take one last look.
Looks like
and
the
make
rally's winding down. It doesn't look like anything happened. So glad for that. Thank God for that. All of your prayers were heard out there. Everybody was praying.
Looks like we might have some people here still. Well, I guess let's see what's going on.
We'll just catch a few more minutes. What do you say, Doc? Just a few more minutes?
That'd be good, honey.
While he's walking, let's do some shameless plugs. Don't forget to follow us on DLive. We've got 122 followers now. Thank you very much. We gained a few followers today. We really appreciate that. Spread the links out. Get us to 200 before our 1 year anniversary in roughly 2 to 3 weeks here. I think it's 2.5 weeks now. And
yes.
Yeah. Don't forget to watch our show Saturday night, MAGA Promises Kept. We dropped the MAGA because we were getting booted on Pedoscope.
So they're doing an interview over there, so we don't want
So
to disturb
Promises Kept, 8 o'clock
Oh, look at this.
Eastern time. Yep.
PM Eastern time on Saturday night.
Speakeasy Show, 9 o'clock. Right after Promises Kept, 9 o'clock Eastern time, PM. Don't forget the Red Wave Show, Tuesday and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And please spread out the links, especially for DLive. Help us to get to 200. That'll be a nice anniversary gift for Doc Martin.
It would just tickle me pink. Thank you very much. Cold-hearted. I am so glad to see you, love. How are you and Mama? This has just been such an awesome day. God could not have answered our prayers any more magnificently. He's always good, and he's always on time. So have all the speakers already finished?
It looks like
I mean, you're making a
it
statement.
looks like it's pretty. It's winding down.
I mean, give it specific. Like, how can
I wonder. I cannot wait to hear what kind of crowd size they estimated.
If the media even reports on this at all now, since nothing happened.
Here, take your jobs,
Well, that's
rape
the
the
truth.
children, kill you. He take one incident of somebody that done something from another race, and he run with that.
Okay, so you know it's not one incident; it's been multiple.
I know it's been multiple incidents, but I'm just saying on an example. He would take one incident that a Mexican might have robbed somebody's house. So he said, so all Mexicans come over here to do harm to
That's not what he said.
What about
Didn't
when
get to say hello to me, dog.
use one incident, for example, like
They both do it.
Charlottesville?
They both do it.
But President
both
Trump,
going
okay,
to
so
build the wall.
but you're saying that with President Trump bringing awareness to
Mighty
someone being-
Blessed One, thank you for the
He's
follow.
stirring fear. That's not awareness. He's stirring fear. You don't see that? The man is stirring fear. He's stirring fear. That's it. Like right now, he's tweeting. Y'all vote Democrats. Now they're taking y'all guns away. They're not taking nobody's guns away. So what are you doing?
So what was today about then?
Well, what do you think they're
What's
trying to do, honey?
They're about not them taking their guns. They're trying to save people alive.
How?
You gotta be specific, brother. So you spitting, you yammering, you rambling. I'm a postmaster.
I'm not rambling, but you in one ear, you in another ear.
You're babbling. Okay, so specific.
I'm babbling. So tell me how I'm babbling.
No, you specific.
No, you say I'm babbling.
I'm telling you
Tell me how I'm babbling.
You're running your mouth, but you're not giving specifics.
Okay, what did I give us specifics about?
What is your specifics of your position?
My position. I just don't like the motherfucker.
Well, then you don't like
That's my position.
You don't got a position.
Yes, I do.
You got an opinion.
Yeah, that's what it is. It comes down
Well,
to the
why do you have
opinion.
to cover your
You're not
face
telling
if
me-
you're so
why
adamant
should
about your
I
feelings?
believe what you're saying?
I'm not saying believe what I'm saying. I'm saying,
then why-
see when he tweet. Watch when he tweet. Not what I'm saying.
Okay, his tweet.
It's not what I'm saying. What he tweets.
What about his tweet?
This is sad because he can't answer any questions.
Well, I can see all
He's just brainwashed
Yeah, he just
by
had
the
to finally
media.
say, well, because I don't like him. Well, boo-hoo.
He's been brainwashed by the media. Because where have you heard that? Oh, his tweets. That's on MSNBC and CNN every night.
And that's exactly right, Kenny. If he's such a dictator, then why do you want to get your weapons up? That doesn't even make sense.
Okay, so all right, okay, so all the children. So all the children. Hold on. So all the children right now that they're talking about right now, it was under Obama's administration. Am I right, Will?
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah. So right. So I want to. So hold on, ask you something. So you're talking about that shit, but you don't talk about.
Might be
CPS.
that Kirk should cut off his oxygen
You don't talk about
supply, Larry.
CPS stealing children.
Like him
every
blind.
day. Okay. You don't talk about CPS. You don't know about that. You don't. I know. But so you guys can keep it going. One way or the other, try to clear it up.
Welcome, Mighty Black. Glad you joined us, though.
Realize that they're selling children across the border so that they can walk across with them, and they're saying they're with them. You do realize that. So if you have
actually worked on the border.
Okay, so if you have one case that happening, shouldn't you take all of them, or should you just let them all go by?
Issue, but the administration is
So you think that Trump is going to put all black people on?
You all right? Cause you all right. See, you light and bright. You might make it.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's all they have is insults. You're light in the brain, but they can't answer a simple question.
Where'd he go? You're right. He going that way. He gone. I want to say something to you, camera, my friend. Listen, guys. Let's go talk to this guy.
He's still over here.
Don't worry about it, brother. If you didn't get what I said, don't worry about it. No.
Yes, Larry, and it's coming, man.
I'm not a black ass.
You just saw those woke students that were speaking before this. You can see there's hope on the horizon.
I wasn't raised in that hatred like that, so educate me on what that means. Educate me on what that means. Tell me what that means.
What year you was born?
Tell me what that means.
What year you was born?
Tell me what it means.
What part of the country you raised in?
Please tell me what it means. I'm
East,
asking.
West, North,
Please
South.
tell me what
I ain't
it
got to
means.
tell you what it means. You know what it means.
Are you a Marxist? Are you a Marxist? I think you're a Marxist. So you're a Marxist.
Hey, Wayne. You're so welcome. So wonderful to get to join with other MAGA patriots to get to enjoy history in the making, a peaceful gathering to protect our rights. First Amendment, Second Amendment.
See the narrative he's pushing there? He's saying that they're going to start separating black people and putting them on buses. Where did he get that from?
He don't care about poor white folks, poor black folks.
He got that from the Democrat Party. They're both speaking Democrat talking points.
Hey, why don't you change that to love Trump?
Fear and division. Fear and division. That's all they've got. Fear, hate, and division.
No facts, just talking points.
Understand? Hey, he don't know. He can't remember He can't remember KKK. He can't remember blackface. And then you talking that shit? You talking that shit? You got a blackface governor, boy. You got a blackface governor that you on this Hey, listen to him. Hey, it's been a good day. Let's go. I know. Y'all should be doing your fucking job. Y'all should be doing your job. You should be arresting that son of a bitch.
All right, guys, this is getting really dramatic. We're gonna walk away. I think we basically exhausted that scenario.
This is what
Hey, thank you.
They drank the Kool-Aid, didn't they, Wayne?
Yes, they just watch fake news and they spew Democrat talking points. He had zero facts. All he had were talking points. From MSNBC, Van Jones, who's the other one there over on MSNBC? Joy Reid. They all espouse the same talking points for the DNC. But when you debate them on facts and tell me and ask them to give you some facts, they can't. It just roll back to the talking points.
I don't want to start trouble right here at the end now.
Can't block the sidewalk. Let's go. Move it. Move it.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Yes, Don Lemon. Oh, his most hateful thing.
Move it. Can't block the sidewalk. Let's go.
And we can't forget Fredo. I can't remember what channel he's on, but
Oh,
he's willing to
CNN.
throw somebody down the stairs because he thought they were being disrespectful.
Chris Cuomo and his father, the dictator of New York.
Mm-hmm. Fredo. What channel's he's on? What's he?
CNN.
Bigger.
You really do. Stop screaming. Thank you. God.
You're uneducated and you make us look bad. that's what that young group just said. They're uneducated and they make us all look bad.
Phil, they're saying the audio on the tape is low.
Yeah, it's as high as I can get it. Let me see. Yep, it's all the way up. I can try to raise this, but it's probably going to raise ours as well.
Antique. What's up, Antique? Support Black Face Government.
He could have been Wayne.
That's 100% true, Wayne. I think the end of the rally was what people were concerned about. As people were leaving, that some provocateurs would start arguments and fights. Right, Doc?
Well, it looks like they're trying to fulfill that. I don't think people are going to buy into it, I hope.
I don't think so. I'll give the cops credit there. They said it's been a good day. Let's move.
Yeah, I want to get real though. I gotta be honest with you.
Thank you, Kitty. You too, darling.
Thank you for all the follows on DLive. Please share. Help us get to 200 on DLive. That's right, Wayne. That was what I was concerned about as the crowd dissipates. And you can hear that crowd still screaming.
They need to hurry that man on out. So did anybody see Antifa on any of the scopes today? I didn't see him.
I did not, but right now, if you look at the bottom right, CNN is running with the 3 that were
All right,
arrested.
guys, you saw there was some commotion there from one of the remaining protesters. So looks like this rally's basically over. You just have police taking the streets back over just so cars can get through. And it was a fun day. Thanks everyone for tuning into Breitbart News.
Breitbart. Breitbart's out here, everybody. Come on, man. Let's get Breitbart. Oh, man. I love you guys, man.
Oh, thank you.
I share y'all stuff every day. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I'm so sorry what happened to Andrew. They killed that man. But Breitbart, you guys have stood up. You guys are one of the best conservative sites out there. Next to me personally, next to
No,
InfoWars.
David,
You and
nobody got
InfoWars,
shot,
I love
David.
both of you guys. You guys keep it up. I'm Postmaster Good with the Director Party. You guys, let's just join together, man. Thank you guys for coming out here today, Breitbart. Love you guys.
Thank you very
love
much.
you guys. Absolutely.
All right. All right. And we're just going to wrap things up here. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. It's been a great time. We had a great response from you all. Had a great time showing you guys the truth about this rally. And stay tuned. We're going to be providing more and more great content for you guys in the future. We're going to cover the March for Life on Friday. So be sure you all stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. This is Matt Purdy at Breitbart News. Thank you again for tuning in.
Well, I think it was successful. I thank God.
Amen. What an answer to prayer.
Thank God. Because I think everybody was praying that everything would go off without a hitch, and it looks like it did. We're glad nobody was hurt.
Yep.
Glad Antifa did not show up. I think that's what Governor Northam was hoping for. I think he was hoping for a massive confrontation so that he could call in the National Guard and start confiscating guns. Didn't happen. So,
I hope he heard the people's voice loud and clear. He needed to take in how many people were out there, how many patriots. And that's a small portion of the ones that are ready to back them up if they need it.
That's right. So, again, thank you all for watching. I think we're going to cut this short, or not short, actually. I think we made it all the way to the end. Thank you all for watching and following, and thank you for all the follows on DLive. Again, please share. Help us to get to 203 weeks and 3 shows, I should say. We will have our 1-year anniversary on the 3rd show.
Yes, of celebrating Promises Kept. So be sure and join us on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Promises Kept. Then refill your libations and join us again at 9 with all of our favorite patriots, cussing and discussing all things under the sun. And then on for other shows like Ladies of Liberty, our favorite things on Thursday nights, Daily Boogie, Monday through Wednesday, I believe, at around 7 Eastern.
I think it's 6 o'clock
So we've
Eastern.
got a lot of patriots. Is it 6?
Yes.
Okay, so I stand corrected, guys. So be sure and catch your favorite MAGA scopers, UK Neil. We've got so many out there. Wonderful shows for you to get truth from, not the mainstream media lies. And we're going to be all staying together.
Chris Mack and the Mack Files. Pirate Radio on Friday nights. Tav Show on Sunday nights. I think you said My Favorite Things, right?
Yes.
Rusty.
And of course,
Iceman,
my
scoping.
favorites. Oh, yes, Rusty. We can't forget Rusty. He's been scoping. He doesn't have a permanent time slot yet, but he is going to be letting us know that. And then TN Homesteader and Stable Genius on Patriot Soapbox on Sundays on YouTube, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
And
One of my
don't forget
favorites.
the new Red Wave show, Tuesday and Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. So you'll get all of the info you need to know to stay abreast of the mega candidates that we need to make sure gets voted in for 2020. Because guys, remember, we may think that we've got a lock on POTUS's reelection, but that doesn't mean we've got a lock on the House or increasing our lead in the Senate. So it's important that we keep acting like that we are behind the 8 ball. So get the word out. If you know anything about candidates in your state, be sure to fill the information so we can highlight it on the show. And be sure and share all of our shows out so that we aren't just in an echo chamber. We want to reach new people. So be sure and share this out with everybody, even people that may not be fully on the MAGA train, because we've got to educate them to the facts of why they need to get on the Trump train and the MAGA agenda.
That's right. Absolutely. So thank you again. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you. And we'll see you on Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern. Tuesday, we'll be going through Michigan, but also some other statistics about the 2018 election and the margin of victory for the Democrats, which was not that large. If you look at the breakdowns of the percentages. So we'll go through that.
Very good.
And hopefully we can get a UK-style wave election here. Not just a red wave, but we want a massive red wave. We want a tsunami. That'll wake up the socialists in the Democrat Party.
Yes, it's going to be biblical.
Absolutely.
So be sure and come back and catch us on the flip side, guys.
Thank you very much.
Make it a great day.
Thank you, Doc, for joining, too, on such short notice.
Well, thank you for the invite. Excuse me.
I didn't know.
Glad I get to harass you any day I can, Yankee.
I'm never mind. Good night. Good afternoon, everybody. Have a great day. Oh,
Bye,
by the way, happy
y'all.
Martin Luther King Day.
Yes. Catch y'all on the flip side.